Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining everybody for yet another Whiskey Wednesday, but even a more special Whiskey Wednesday. It is Kelsey's birthday tomorrow, so I had to wear the special Kelsey birthday shirt designed by Mike Stahl. Gosh, I can't believe it's been a year ago, Kelsey, since we did this shirt. But here Kelsey is, dropping dimes. It is his birthday tomorrow, and we are going to celebrate his birthday tonight with Trev whenever Trev gets here. So, without further ado, thank you for joining us today, whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. All right. Got 42 people in here so far. Thank you for joining, everybody. Jason is not going live tonight, so we won't extend too far out, but we'll feel a bit more relaxed. We'll have some fun with Trev. And, of course, celebrate this man who looks like he needs a drink for his birthday. Let's bring on Kelsey.
What's up, guys and gals? Cheers to all of you. Thank you for showing up for my B-Day. Tomorrow is actually, but tonight we're going to party like it's tomorrow. So it's okay. It's all good.
Hey, I'm good with birthday months. The whole month of November has been your birthday.
There you go.
All right. And let's bring in somebody else who was up way too late last night, as we saw on Whiskey Encore, if you caught Cheech's show. Gosh, he was up to like 6 a.m, he was saying. Something like that. No, not really. But let's bring on Trev.
Yeah, definitely a little later than I expected, but great times. Got to hang out and meet Shauna Marie D, my buddy Adam Dramhound was there, Bull's Wine Guy, J.A. Sells. Good times, man, amongst good people. So nothing really beats that. So
Awesome.
Cheers, everybody here.
Yeah.
I just seen
All
this nerd pop in.
57 people in here, and they all want to see the nerd of nerds. Let's bring on Trev.
Happy birthday to you.
I thought Mr.
Good thing you
President-
play drums, bro.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Good to see you guys.
What's
You
going
too,
on,
buddy.
man?
Dude.
What's up? We're here.
Man, we're here. We did
I'm
it.
excited.
Oh, man.
Ready for some make?
Fashionably late.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
I said
putting
5
up those-
minutes. So 4 is good.
Four's pretty good. Putting up those Christmas lights, though, it takes some time.
I was like, shoot, I got to put them up real fast.
So, Trev, you looking forward to the pours tonight?
Dude, I am so freaking stoked. I don't know if I've even tried any of them, and if I have, it definitely was not all of them. Like the highest proof one for sure I've never had. So I am so stoked.
Yeah, they were all new to me. I've never had any of them, so this should be fun.
I'm trying to think. I feel like someone had sent me a sample of one of them, but I don't. It was like, isn't there a lower one?
This is 3 of the 4.
Yeah,
so we'll
and I
get
think
into
the
this
fourth
here
one is the
soon.
lowest one, huh?
But yeah, the 4th one's 110, which I think is what their usual barrel
Yes.
entry proof is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you have the 3 of the higher ones.
So we got 3 of the higher ones. Yeah, the 3 higher
Yep.
ones. We'll get into that, though. We got 67 people in here, a lot of people in chat. Kelsey, I'm sure everyone's giving you some birthday wishes. Why don't you say hi to some people?
Sure. Let's look at it here. Go back up to the top. I think Top Dog is usually first anyway. Let me get back up here.
I think
Like
Trev
the
did
videos
this
right
time.
now.
I will say I definitely beat Top Dog.
Look at him. Nerd alert. Absolutely. Top Dog is in here. Cheers to you, buddy. Dramhound, we were just talking about. Will T. Roy R. does cocktails. Mark, good to see you in here, buddy. Then our executive producer himself, Todd Ritter. Tim Cornay is in the house. Gandy Road. Shauna Marie D. We were just talking about her as well. The Norseman himself, Jason. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tony Bag of Donuts. Cheers, buddy. Mark Myers in here. John Cloud. I see MJ's in here. I'm sure we'll see EJ before too long, maybe. JG. Cheers to you, buddy. T. Jarrett. Cibolo. Dave. Sorry about that. And the giant himself, Ethan Turt. Cheers, buddy. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. EMC is in here. Joe Dickinson. I don't know if I've seen that one. Have you seen that one before?
Joe Dickinson?
No, Joe, welcome.
He's such a freaking huge nerd. He fits right in.
Cheers, Joe. GT Mustang. Uncorked is in here. My favorite Turk is in here. Katie. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. OH. MJ. I think I said that already. Ricardo. Here's our sweet friend Christine Vasco. Good to see you in here. The better of the wax. Dana Wack. Cheers to you.
Hey, Dana.
Slapshot is in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Copperwolf, thank you, man. Cheers, Ryan. Good to see you in here as always. Ben Drammond, Paul P, Maureen Franchi. Man, let's see who else is in here. Adam Dorman is in here. Wise Guy Stu. I do have to say, Stu, we've talked about your damn blend that we tasted multiple times with the Pilar rum and the 2 MGPs. Holy crap, that thing was good.
Yeah.
It was so good, man. It was kind of crazy how good that one was.
The dude's a mastermind, is what he is.
He is. Scotty's in here. 5th quarter tailgate. Good to see you in here. And I think we're getting close to being caught up. Let's see. Peter White. John DeRico. I don't think I saw that one in here.
Yeah, John. Cheers, buddy.
Just good old me. Cheers. Oh, there's Jay Sales.
What's up, buddy?
It's a lot of dang
Good to see you, man. And Joe Dickinson. I think I said Will T. If I didn't,
He was up.
Major Zero. Cheers, man. You're almost up to 2K. Congrats. That's awesome.
2K and his Stag Junior giveaway. Oh, man.
There you go.
I think we're caught up, guys.
I did see one that I wasn't familiar with. Dram it all. Cheers to you.
Cheers, man.
Howdy, nerds. And happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
Very nerdy.
All right.
JH just came in, but cheers to you. And that looks like that's it.
All right.
I cheated.
Well,
I actually took a drink of what the birthday pour was. Sorry.
Oh,
What the heck?
Man, jeez.
Way to go.
You ruined everything. Gosh.
He's like, it's been one of those
It's
days.
my birthday. It's okay.
So
Well,
was it
let's
good or
pour
bad?
some-
Like, man, who sent me freaking Malort on my birthday?
I mean, it's Dickel Tabasco, of course.
I got it in the whiskey.
It's always Dickel Tabasco. Well, let's pour out the birthday pour. We'll kick off with that one, guys, and then I'll describe what we're drinking tonight for those who don't know.
If I got it poured up, it was airing out a little bit.
Oh, wait,
Got it in
I can't reveal.
Kelsey's
What am I
little
doing?
bowl. Oh, you trying to pour off camera?
I didn't even smell it, and I just tasted it, and it still smells and tastes like Barton to me. Like off the first like crack, it smells like Barton.
No.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. When I taste it out.
Because that makes perfect sense, right, Darrell? Why wouldn't I give him a Barton on his birthday?
Some lucky.
All right, I got mine in my whiskey riff Glen here.
Oh, look at that! I did that too. How about that?
That's what I was. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. I was warming up with that one.
Oh no! Do you have it too? Oh shit!
All right.
All four.
So this is Maker's 46. I'm using mine now.
Ah.
No, I got yours for later once we pour the other ones.
God, I messed up.
Way to go, Trev.
Jeez, Trev.
I didn't get the memo. I didn't see it. You didn't tell me that.
So
This smells
guys-
like.
Smells
What's this,
yummy.
man? You smell Barton?
When I first smelled it, it did.
If this is
My
Barton, it's
first
like Dusty
initial-
Barton. That ain't. This is wild smell.
This is old. I would be surprised if it's under 10 years old. I don't even think it's under 12 years old.
So as they're exploring this, everybody, just to let you know, 4 super chats tonight, be giving away 3 flights, and they will all be what we are tasting tonight, which is this surprise pour, and then the 3 samples of the Maker's Mark DNA. If you aren't familiar with these Maker Marks DNA, I'll go through a story here in just a little bit. But essentially, they were experimental Maker Mark, all 8 years old, and they experimented with the barrel entry proof. So the 3 samples that we're going to drink through are 117 proof, 122 proof, and 125 proof, all 8 years old. And typically Maker Mark single barrels are like 108, 109 proof by comparison. So this will be fun.
I literally, when those were out, I was at Maker's Mark, didn't buy them. I passed them up. The thing was,
That surprises me.
it was like, oh yeah, you have to buy all 4 of them, and it's like $400+. I would have been walking out of there spending $500, and at that point, I had already bought all of this other stuff. I was like, I can't do it
Yeah.
Yep.
because I didn't even want the 110 proof one. You know, like I don't want that.
Tony Bag of Donuts, thanks, buddy. I will say, guys, thanks for everybody who bought a bottle for Navia. We're sold out. They're all gone. Thanks to a little help from our buddy ADHD Matt. I really appreciate that, Matt. I know that everybody does. That was awesome. That pushed us over.
You guys are nuts.
You know what? As a thank you to everybody, I'll throw a sample of this in the flights tonight too. So it'll be 5
There you
pours.
go.
Sheesh. And by the taste of this first one,
Is
guys,
in for some.
Oh,
Top
we're
dog is
tasting
in for some.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I've just been smelling. It smells freaking immaculate.
JG.
All right. So Kelsey,
This
what do
is
you think of this one?
I really like it a lot.
I think it's a low proofer. Well, it is low proof, but I think it's MGP, like some old, like 14-year-old something. I don't know. I've never had one of your boot counties, and I don't even know if those proofs are that low or not. But this tastes like freaking old MGP to me. Kind of like that cigar Magnus bottle, like that profile.
Yeah, it's real different. It's got a lot of age on it to me. Like I get a lot of oak influence on the end of this thing.
Kelsey,
like
I
that's a
swear,
good pick.
Darrell should just win Matt Madness. Like
We're not drinking a
whatever
Boone, are we?
whatever streak he is on. Like why?
Did he just nail that?
Oh yeah.
Why
I'm sure he
Boone
did.
County? Why is that the first thing that comes to your mind?
Dude, that's the only
We'll
thing
get
that
in-
I know that's like really old MGP besides like freaking Pingrees.
We'll get into it, but it's not a Boone County label, but it was aged at Boone County.
Oh,
You-
geez.
You're ridiculous.
I'm telling you guys, if you ever want a bottle, like somebody to guess a bottle, you want Darrell to guess it. He's
That's
been
only up. That's like
modeled
the
for
past like
a while.
month and a half. I used to do really, really bad. I don't know what it is now, but damn, this is great though.
It does
Why
drink like.
are you even thinking of something that's 5 years old? Go on. Trev.
Oh no.
It
I was
really
just
does
stupid.
drink like for being what I'm guessing is kind of lower proof. It does it. I don't know. It still feels so coating and so. You know what I'm saying?
So I get
it's
that
rich
off.
and oily despite being proof down.
Yeah.
Yes.
You still get that. What's interesting, and you know, it's a different MGP profile. You still can get that sense of that typical graham cracker crust thing. on it to me, a little bit, but it's got more oak on it than would normally have.
For sure. Like this is definitely a lot of. I get there was something weird about it, and maybe it was that it was some sort of older MGP, because it's like the age is familiar, but then it's like, what is this other thing going on with it?
Yeah,
it's the MGP.
I would be surprised if like the cash strength was like 115, like over that. You know what I mean? Because it's so concentrated with flavor still, even though it got proof down. So I doubt that they added much water to it. Because this is
What
really
proof
good.
do you think that is?
All right.
I think like 104, 105, somewhere in that range.
It's very confusing. It reminds me of those that are like, here's our cast strength. It's 98 proof, something just crazy.
Like it could even be like that too.
All right.
Oh, damn,
John Cloud and Marker in. There you are, Kelsey.
Sorry about that. I've been having sinus issues all week, so.
No excuse.
That's good. I was afraid your camera was like overheating again. I was like,
Oh, no.
All right, let's go around the circle. I'll do a bottle reveal in just a second. I want to hear an age guess and a proof guess.
Okay. Who you want to start?
Birthday boy. Birthday boy goes last. You get the benefit. You get the benefit of the.
All right.
Let Darrell go because he's right, and I'll just base my answer off his.
There you go.
Yeah, he already said something. We'll let him double down on it.
I'll say 14 years, 103 proof. I'll split my differences. What about you, Trev?
So it's not Boone County, but it was aged at Boone County.
Yeah, I don't even know what's aged over there, to be honest.
No, I had no idea what that. I didn't even. That went over my head.
Shayla.
Hey,
hey, girl.
There's the American.
Stateside.
Yeah, stateside. Hey, Shayla.
Glad you got to see me on my birthday. Well, close to my birthday, anyway. So I hope you're doing well. We love you all.
I'm just gonna
Trev.
guess. I'm gonna guess because I know the only Boone County. I'm basing this off of the Boone County that I had from back in the day. That was really freaking good, and it was 15. I think. Was it 15?
I don't know. I haven't had many
Could have
Boone
been.
counties. I had the younger stuff. There was the 9s, 7s, 8s.
This was
9s.
years and years ago.
Thanks, Wags. Appreciate that, man.
Happy
How old
birthday
do I
from
wanna guess?
Stanley. Hey, Nick Cox,
Nick
too.
Cox.
Cheers, Knight.
Cheers, buddy.
Love that.
That's
pick.
107 proof.
107. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Bring it home.
I think it's under 100.
Okay.
I think it's 97 proof, 13 years.
I can see like under 100.
That's a great guess.
All right.
I think it's over 95 though, for sure. What the heck
Birthday boy. Gets
Lone
is that?
Whisker.
So it's a 12 year.
Lone Whisker. 12 year.
93.
97?
Wow. 93.
93.8.
So that's got to be one of the ones that
crazy.
freaking just didn't
That's
have
really
a high
good, though.
barrel proof. I can't imagine a barrel proof was high on that because it's so concentrated with flavor still.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, that's
So
wild.
distilled January 6th, 2005.
Jeez.
So
Yeah,
I had this one for a
early.
while.
Thank you very much.
This was essentially, those Boone County 1833s
Gotcha.
that you see, like the 12-year ones. This
Yeah.
would have been like the good barrels of that they batched versus the
Got it.
$50 one
Okay.
type of thing. So
Oh, man, that's so good.
Wasn't
And
I've
this
there?
never
used to be
shared
like
this
the-
one with you.
This used
I've
to
never
be
even
like your daily pour, like, right? Whenever you used to get them. That's
The
scary.
Boone County 1833 was. Yes.
That
How
is
much for those?
Trev, something equivalent to this used to be my daily in 2018, 2019.
And what was the price?
$50. This
Jeez.
was 200. This was
2018,
200 at the time.
2019 is not even that long ago.
I know. I still got some of the
Holy
Boone
crap.
County 1833s. I got about 4 or 5 of them left. Stashed somewhere.
Was there a Boone County 15, or am I crazy? What was their aged stuff they had?
14.
They had Boone County single barrels, so I still got a few of those. Just along the lines of New Riff, or when the OKIs were coming out too, all in that kind of same family.
I just remember this was like 2017 or 18. We went to a bar and bought the rest of one of they had a Boone County age-dated freaking pick, and like one of the best things I've ever had, ever. And I remember it being up there. It had to have at least been 14.
Yeah, they definitely had 14-year single barrels.
Immaculate.
I've had a couple of those. I haven't seen anything over 14 from them, but Jeff would know.
That was many moons ago.
Kelsey, cheers to you on your birthday, buddy.
Thank you so much, bud. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Happy birthday, freaking nerd.
One more sip, and I'm going to cap this because this is nice.
So yeah, everyone, I'll include a sample of this in the flights tonight.
That is good.
Man, that's going to be a freaking hitter flight.
So, whoa. That's 93.8, like, it's what? Small batch, single barrel, that's just it.
Small batch. Yeah, like a small batch, 93.8. Yep.
It just blows your
Dude,
mind.
that's
doesn't it?
crazy good.
Yeah.
I know.
I think I bought it in 2018, and it's just been stashed down here on the bottom shelf of
That
this
is
cabinet
stupid,
behind me.
Dude, I
If
didn't know
only we
bourbon
could go
was
back in
20.
time, the bottles that we would have, it would be
Yeah.
like 1,000 of those. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I know.
Wow.
Now we look for all the diamonds in the rough, but they were
Yeah.
just sitting out in the shelf before.
If
Yep.
only we knew.
All right.
Oh, man. We're
Well-
ready for some makers?
Mm.
Let's pour some makers. I got to pour my flight. So as I go through these, I went off these at the top of the hour here, but we have a whole bunch of different bottles of the makers here. So this one is 8 years old, and it's 117 proof. So these are the Maker's DNA series. Then we got 122 proof,
Trev's
and it's going to go all the way up to 125 proof.
Is that the highest makers ever?
I guarantee it
I-
has to.
Pretty sure it is. I mean, they
Okay.
experimented with it.
I bet you there has been higher, but people like us don't get to try them.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone
Now-
famous got to try that crap in the cellar or something.
And
In the
I'll use
Bourbon Wrench
uh,
class.
Yeah, I'm going to use the Bourbon Wrench, and I'm like way on theme tonight. You know, these are just going to be all Glens of. We already went through Kelsey's.
Diggs. Thanks, buddy.
The rest, yeah.
And Shayla Wayla, so good that you're in here. I hope that you are doing well and smiling, and it's so good to see you in here.
Now, with this bottle, there's something I want to talk about with this. So, I was able to obtain these locally, and as Trev said off the top of this, they were sold at the distillery when they first came out. You buy the whole set for $400. I got these 3 for $200.
Yeah, it's
Now, what I see happening locally, and I'm curious if you guys are seeing it too,
Shoot out.
but secondary market seems to be slowly but surely withering away.
Going
And
down.
I think the craze is gone and the bunkering is gone. And I just kind of see people that are valuing space more than valuing backups and things they didn't open. But I'm curious to see what you guys are seeing locally in Arkansas or Rhode Island. Are you seeing the same thing?
I mean, me and Kelsey are both in Arkansas, and I bet you we might have similar things, but I just feel like where Kelsey is and where I'm at they're not even the same market.
Mhm.
I mean, they're completely different markets, even in such a little state that we have, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on my
Um,
end. Like, yeah, like so I do see secondary coming down, but there's not much like local. I don't see the local trades and stuff amongst people here.
would-
Everything is through
You're
like
seeing
online.
stuff sit on the shelf here that you didn't see normally sit on the shelf. Like, for instance, we were one of the biggest smoke wagon states when they released, and we were one of the first few. I see that sitting on the shelf now that I didn't see sitting on the shelf 6 months ago.
Gotcha.
I'm seeing Old Forester Rye 100 that we hadn't seen in like 3 years come back.
I just saw that pop up like yesterday or the last time I went there for the first time in freaking 3 years. It's ridiculous.
So things like that, like I'm not necessarily seeing a lot of local trades. I do see on secondary stuff coming down. Even dusty stuff is coming down, which typically holds its value better than new whiskey. So I think that I think you're going to continue to see that. It won't be a drastic tick down. I don't think on the secondary market. I think it'll be a gradual one. But I mean, I'm seeing stuff like the Buffalo Trace Tater stuff go down a whole lot compared to what it was 6 months ago. I mean, shit, you had E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof was trading for like $800 and $900 on secondary. Now it's down to like $4, maybe $5, and stuff like that. You know,
how drastic of a difference that is. You're talking 900 to 400 in what amount of time? Like
6 months.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like you're going to see people who are hardcore into that. I bet you they're going to start. That could cause them to start like panic selling and stuff. Like, I got to get rid of this stuff.
Get rid of it. You know,
I don't know. Like, what do you guys think's causing it? For one thing that I think's happening is because every goddamn distillery's coming out with rare bottle 6 times a year. It's like, look at Russell's 13, Russell's 15, Russell's Rick Warehouse, whatever. And it's just bam, 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 bam. And then everyone's buying it. And then everyone's charging $800. And then everyone's like, okay, this is stupid. Not doing it.
Yeah.
That's Campari on the turkey side of things. It wasn't like that before Campari took over turkey.
No.
So
I mean, they've had more releases that are rare releases in the past year than they ever have.
What's how I'd say? Only the new stuff tends to move in groups. I'm in. High end has slowed down. You see less barrel picks, you know, the ones that are fire for sale, maybe? Dusties are pretty steady. I do see that. Yeah, Dusties are where they're at. Those I'm like never budging.
I do see like on the side, well, because I look at turkey more than anything else, Dusty wise. I do see turkey coming down, and I'm seeing more of it stay up longer. Like it's taking longer to sell. I've seen like the split labels that I really like they typically go for $750, $800, and now they're down. I'm seeing them move for like $650. Okay. So that's a big jump in the Dusty turkey world. Certain bottles will still keep their value, like the cheesy gold foil and stuff like that. But it'll be interesting to see what these quote unquote high dollar bottles like the Camp Nelson F and Camp Nelson A and Generations and all of that shit goes for in about a year and how much it drops.
What are like, okay, so I don't look at this. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I have a secondary thing to look at. That is the Generations. That was the bottle they sold for $400 on their website, right?
Mm-hmm. $450, I think.
Yeah. Before tax, and they ship it to you and all that. What is that going for on secondary?
It wasn't that much over, like $600.
It was like $600, I think, maybe $650. It's gone back down some. It's kind of fluctuated between MSRP and $650. Yeah. So
I never saw it, but based on reviews, I bet it hangs close to MSRP.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to go. I know it won't go back up. It'll definitely come back down to closer to MSRP. So
it's too much.
Well,
we're on the pour number
Trev, when I got these, I immediately thought of you, shared them with the Baker's guy. Let's hear Trev's thoughts as he goes through this. Let's nose through them first, and then we'll taste through them.
Let's do it.
So let's start at 117. Yeah, let's nose through all of them, see if we see any differences. I haven't done this comparison yet either, so I'm just as blind as you guys are.
Definitely Makers.
It's definitely Makers, but it's definitely the hottest dang Makers that you smell. Singes
what
the
that
nostrils.
note is that I pick up off makers. It's a weird note I can't describe, but as soon as I nose that, like you can kind of tell. I don't know what it is though.
It's a wheat funk, is what I call it. It's almost like it's to me it tastes, or what I would imagine maybe like malted wheat would taste like if they did a malted wheat. It's kind of got that funk to it, even though I know it's not malted wheat.
It's to me some sort of delicious. No, it is weedy, and I'm getting that sort of bread thing, but it's like I'm thinking more of not, I'm gonna butter this roll to eat with this. It's like an Italian cream-filled dessert type of bread.
Dude, I figured out
Desserty.
what this damn note is.
Man,
So the little, it's the, like you buy cinnamon rolls, but not cinnamon rolls, like the biscuit version,
Yep.
but the raw dough, like before you put it in the oven. Dude,
Ooh,
it's
that's a
right
good
off
call
this.
out. That's a good
Or
call out.
this
The
on
raw,
top
the
of
raw
it.
dough of like the biscuits.
I'm floating right around your areas. Give me a shot here. I'm gonna play off a Trev. A cream horn.
I don't even know what that is.
Have you guys had cream horns? Is
We're
that
from
like
the
a
South.
local
I don't
thing?
know that.
That must be a Cincinnati thing. I don't know what that is.
A cream horn. Really? A cream horn's a local thing? How is this a
Oh,
local
now that
thing?
you've said it 6 times, cream horn.
Yes, cream horn, cream horn, cream horn, cream horn.
Dram hold.
Come on.
I mean,
I just thought you were talking dirty to me because it was
Is
my
it
birthday.
cannoli?
No,
I
a
don't know.
cream horn. Man, I gotta find a picture
Oh,
here. Man, now I'm
Cheers,
gonna
man.
search. I'm gonna search for the words cream
Thanks,
horn,
buddy.
and who knows what's gonna pop up. This is
That's what I was
dangerous.
about to say. I'm going to search this.
I am going to text you, bud. I promise. It's just been crazy. So cheers to you, Bad Axe Bourbon.
Norseman
We're
knows
gonna
what
be,
they are.
we're
Oh, you
going
say cream corn. Oh,
You know
geez.
who I think would be great to have on along with Bad Axe at the same time is the Norseman. Can you imagine those two on the same? That would be fun.
Give them both axes and see what
It's almost
happens.
like a cannoli.
A cream horn. Yeah, but it's more of like this pastry shell thing.
I will say, I feel like I've seen that, but I also, even looking at it, I
Yeah.
still don't know what I would have called it.
It looks like an ice cream cone with like cream in the middle.
It kind of looks like a
I mean,
horn
this
with
can't-
cream in it.
Is this a regional thing? A cream horn's a regional thing? I'm not going to scroll down anymore because I'm like unsure what Google's going to pop up. So I'm just going to stop sharing while I still can. But
That's
Come
only
on.
on Trev. That's only on Trev's internet history.
Give me
Oh.
1 second.
Hey.
Sorry.
all right, well, let's go up to 122 proof, guys. Let's see let's see if it changes on the nose. Now, all of these are 8 years. So, and that in itself is a little bit different because isn't Makers 6 years always, like religiously?
Now, I will say, they told me it is ready when it's ready. It's usually always ready when it's 6.
Except for the cellar age. That was what, 11? Is that right?
11 and 12.
11 and 12. Okay.
This one smells way better.
I will say it's definitely
Cream
darker than-
horn, Mark. Cream horn.
Oh man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's
we're
way
doing it,
different.
Joe.
Does it not
Here's
smell
Steve,
like
buddy.
it's getting like chocolatey or something?
This is just more cream. Like I don't want to say creamy now, but like just more like vanilla forward and like some cinnamon spice versus like that doughiness I got off of the first one.
Yeah, I was going to say this one has more cinnamon notes to it, like allspice notes.
The weediness, the bread notes are kind of going away.
It's
Yeah, this one
it's
smells
more
really good.
refined.
This reminds me more like, okay, so that 117 reminded me of like a normal regular old Makers. This is starting to remind me a little more of like a dang private select. You know how different they are? That's the difference I'm
Yeah.
getting between these.
Oh. And this is the 122 proof, everybody, just to
That one's lovely
clarify.
to nose.
It's surprising how different they are. Essentially, they're the same thing, just at different proofs.
Yeah.
Man, if
all
I
they
gave
did is
these to you blind, I don't know if you would guess them both as Makers. That'd be actually very...
I really don't know if you would, and I bet you if you asked ages, I would compare if you side by siding A and B. I would be like, dude, this one's older. This one's better. Just everything.
Oh no.
Well, it's happening. I'm going to do a Matt Madness song about
Dude,
Creamhorn. I'm going to work it in somehow.
I'd totally set you up for that one, dude.
Oh my gosh. So my daughter was home sick from school on Tuesday, and video before it posted on Tuesday. And the song runs at the end of the video. And then the rest of the day she was singing the Jeffrey, you get what I need. And she just kept walking around the house and singing it. And I'm just like, oh no, what have I done to this kid?
Was it Addie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
She's like, you get what I need.
I will say, if you go to the last one, the highest proof one, it's like the best of both worlds.
All right, 125 on the nose. So everybody, this is the 125 proof makers. 8 years old, 125 proof.
They're drastically different.
Whoa.
I think I still hold on.
I still get some of
it's getting chocolatier though. That I don't know. I'm going with Jarrell's comment there.
But you still get notes of both on that.
That's like a chocolate caramel brownie. You ever had those? You put one of those caramel squares inside of a freaking brownie?
Is it a cream horn?
I wish. I want a cream horn now.
Hey, 105 people in here tonight.
Cheers, guys.
Everybody, as you come in, thanks for coming in. It is this guy's birthday tomorrow, but hey, it might as well be today.
And Jeff is giving away a sick flight. He's giving away all three of these that we're tasting for makers. He's given a sample of the 13-year MGP. 12-year MGP. Sorry.
Lone Whisker.
From 2017-2018 era. So
it is
kind of a dusty MGP.
And he's going to give away a sample of the Navia bottle. And for guys that don't know what that is, Jared at Barrel King did a 7-year weeder and donated all the profits to help Miss Navia in her fight against leukemia. So all those bottles are gone. So thank you for everybody who did one of those, who got one of those
yesterday.
So
crazy.
So we're going to give away 3 flights tonight. Each flight will have all 5 samples. So 15 samples in total. Let's have some fun.
Heck yeah, man.
That's a lot of delicious stuff.
Oh.
Before we take, when does this happen, Jeffrey?
Oh,
what is that? Oh, yours got there early.
We'll save it towards the end.
Okay.
Do you know what it is, Kelsey?
I do not know what it is. I have no clue.
Oh, nice.
So, let's taste these beauties. Let's taste.
Ready to go
Man,
in?
do you think they're going to taste as different as they smell?
I hope so.
They know
That'd be fun.
Smells drastically more. I don't know. It's different.
Dude,
all right, 117.
Raw biscuit dough, like the Pillsbury.
See, that drink's hot to me.
I would agree with you, Trev, on that. But I think it's the French oak spice that's coming through on the end. It's not like hot up front, like proof-wise, but it drinks hot like towards the mid-palate, which is different.
Yeah, all in the middle of my tongue is just like you just burnt it.
See, I don't get none of that.
It's William Hall's birthday today. Cheers to you, man.
Hey, cheers.
November's a great month.
Happy birthday. That's interesting. It doesn't taste like what it knows is.
No, it tastes different than it knows, but
I might need to go back to it because that was such a freaking shock to my palate.
Man, I don't know what you guys are talking about. It being hot, it's delicious.
It's not hot, but it comes across.
Yeah.
Like it comes across in the middle of your palate. Like I think it's the spice from the French oak.
What French oak though? It's just regular makers.
Good call out. I didn't remember that.
I don't think it's finished. Let's see. I'll double check here.
I mean, it can't. They put it in the regular. Well, I don't know. The 46 is in that now too. So
So 100 barrels, 60 barrels released. So, no, it's not finished. It's just straight up makers, guys.
Huh.
That's interesting. Well, it has a lot of rye spice coming through or something in the mid.
I get a lot of spice too on the mid to
It's a
back.
weeder, though. It's a weeder. What's making it so spicy?
We can come across like that sometimes too.
Is your tongue not my tongue? Like that is attacking me.
No, I'm with you with it, Trev. Like it's not killing me, but it definitely drinks hotter than 117 to me.
Oh no, it's not gonna beat me. But it's attacking me.
Trev likes to be slapped around. It's okay.
Look,
It's
this is
happening now.
nothing.
Man,
I see it's trying.
it's got a nice finish on it, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of just a caramel, essentially. Just goes on for days.
The
That's
finish
like
is definitely
similar to, like,
nothing
stuff
but
out
caramel.
now.
I'm gonna go to B.
Like that's standard
All right.
makers for me. Like that comes across as like those 46 single barrels that they do.
122 proof on this.
See, I love the nose of this so much better.
Yeah, it's so dark, so much darker. This
It
one
definitely
is
steps up.
The last two are pretty similar.
Hey, Trev, once we get done with this, I think you're the only one that can do it. I want a side-by-side of your favorite of this series and the cellar age.
All right.
This one's a
That'd
lot
be good.
drier. This one dries me out more, like from the very beginning.
I would
Mhm.
agree, but I kind of like that. It makes me feel like maybe the cellar aged. It's kind of because the cellar
This is-
aged does that same kind of thing, just dries you out a little bit.
But I feel like the cellar age was sweeter up front, though, too, right? To me.
I get a little berry at the end of this, which I don't usually get on makers. It's almost
See,
like a
that
grape.
one doesn't-
What kind of
Grape
berry? Like a blackberry?
Actually,
Like what are
maybe
you
not
going
berry,
for?
maybe like a grape note at the tail end.
Sangiovese?
It's something in between that. I'm there with you, Darrell. It's not like a blueberry. It's not a blackberry. It's not quite a grape either. Is there another type of berry though?
Dingle?
Dingleberries. That's it. Trev, you're always on the spot with these tasting notes. Man, I should just ask you first.
Yeah, I don't.
That comes more across like a tart raspberry to me if I was going to go berry-wise.
That definitely stepped up though from the first
Man.
one.
Like an underripe raspberry.
Darrell
Wow.
said it on the nose. I'm getting lots of chocolate.
Tons of chocolate. Up front, it's like you just hit a
Mhm.
freaking Hershey's or something under my tongue. And I like it.
And it's
Oh.
finishing all up here, which is really freaking me out.
Yes. Do you guys ever think about that? I always think about what my tongue's doing. The tip, very front of my tongue is like pulsating right now. What that
Yeah,
should tell us something, I feel like, but I'm not a expert on tongues.
I feel like someone told me once that you can tell how a weeded bourbon finishes versus a rye, and it was something about the tongue, but I've never
think that was
experienced
Peggy
it
Mel.
until maybe now.
Maker's
That was-
Mark at
That was Peggy.
I remember a tour one time, and I only remember this because Miss Wrench was with me, and they taught us to taste it. And they were like, okay, do you feel this, what's happening on this part of your tongue? And then she was like, oh my God, I totally get it now. And that stuck with me. But then I forgot what that meant. Like why the side
What it
of
was.
your tongue.
Gosh, if only you weren't drinking at the time.
I know. I think it's something to do with the bitterness. Is the sides of your tongue picks up bitterness. And I think that's maybe this is just coming bitter, but it's not. Bitter doesn't have to mean bad.
No.
No.
I will say the finish is a lot longer, and that spice of whether it's wheat or whatever else continues to amp up as you go through the mid palate into the finish, where it didn't do that before.
Make sure I pull up the right.
Everything
Definitely
that you're
drying,
saying is
too.
right on.
It is
Mhm.
drying, but I don't mind that. Like I like that almost gives it like a higher age profile, like
Yes.
it is oaky, it's drying you out a bit, but I dig that. I know some people don't like that drying factor or like the extra like oakiness on some whiskey, but for me it's not a turn off.
Maureen with the zinger.
Man,
She would beg to differ.
Oh God, and I was Maureen with that.
That was a good one.
that was
That was
Marine.
good.
Marine comes in hot.
That was good.
Oh, jeez, that was awesome.
I hope she's not.
Oh, man.
Mr. Gray Shot. I would say that it does taste different. I don't think it's just the barrel. I think that the way that the proof point comes across is influencing how the palate adjusts to all of the pieces of it being put together. Like, I don't think it's just the barrel.
Probably
Yeah,
just a
they're
mixture of
completely
both,
different.
too. A little bit of both. I don't know.
First two are like widely different.
I don't know. I thought about that too. Like I wonder how much they accounted for rickhouse position. Let's vary the barrels from similar origins.
But
did they account for all those factors on top of the barrel proof, or
I don't know if they do.
those extra
They did
variables?
this for this one, but they do that for every. That's what's confusing is if they don't elaborate, it makes me think that they treated this like every other makers, and they literally rotate every single barrel to make them all try and taste exactly the same. So they don't let barrels sit. Oh well, this came in the honey spot. No, they all went through the honey spot. Every barrel shifts.
It's all good.
So I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
On to the last one.
shall we go?
Yes.
Shall we go up?
Cheers.
This is
All right.
125.
I will say this on the nose. This one was my favorite.
It was B and C. It's tough. B and C, I
It's-
think, well,
I
they
don't.
smell similar.
I don't.
They're similar.
I know you like makers a lot more. Maybe you get something different than I do, but I always tend to get on these more floral notes than I do on typical makers. This comes across more floral.
I would say the chocolate becomes more dark chocolate, and then there's this almost like you said, floral. I want to say perfumey, but it's
Yeah,
the
I
way
get what
it
you're
makes
saying.
my
Yeah.
nose feel type of thing.
No, I get that.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I smell it, and I just think the word pink.
I
They
can
should
see
dip
that.
that in pink wax. I'd buy it.
Oh. All right, let's go in.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Big Vic. Cheers, buddy. There's EJ. I knew we would see him eventually pop in. Cheers to you, buddy. Good to see you.
Oh,
Now here's
shit.
the thing. First sip. I don't know if that's my favorite.
First sip for me.
I don't know either.
Really?
Now I'm like, man,
That
maybe
hit.
that second one's my favorite.
That hit
Oh,
different.
man. That hit better for like it was more fruit berry forward. Like what I was getting on the tail end, back of the palate on the second one. I get it more on the front to mid. That berryness on the front to mid on the third one.
And that's probably
man,
what
It's
the
more up my alley.
that perfumey floral thing is probably some of this like brighter instead of some dark blackberry. Now we're back into like raspberry range.
No, I actually like that one the
Oh.
best, to be honest with you.
That second sip blew me away. That first
Oh.
sip came across funky. That second sip was like,
I haven't
Oh,
took a
that's
second.
the
The first one
spot.
blew me away. Let me
Yeah.
take a second.
Hold on,
Oh,
Darrell's
man.
about to explode.
that might be the best makers I've had right there.
Oh shoot.
Wow.
Don't twist my arm, Whack.
Guys, it's 7:50. We're going to turn off super chats about, what do you think, right at 8 o'clock so we can get to the wheel a little bit later. So, again, we're doing 3 different flights, 5 samples, the DNAs that we're tasting, an MGP 12-year 93.7, which is a beast, and then also the Navia Barrel King 7-year weeder as well. So,
And
Make sure you
big
guys get
shout
those
out
in.
to Matt Porter for doing a special highlight on this and helping it sell out. Man, that was cool as hell.
thank you, Matt. If you're watching or watching on repeat, Matt, thank you so much, buddy.
Yep, I had to reach out to him on that. I didn't even know. Like, I think you guys sent me the link yesterday. I was like, wait, what the heck's this? I was with these guys in Boston. I was like,
I saw the thumbnail, and then at first I was like, what's Matt video about? And then I saw the purple wax, and I was like, oh, holy crap.
I mean, that's great. This I don't even need to go back through them to know that's my favorite. Dude,
Now,
oh my god.
I will say, my wax art on this one worked out really well. Look at that.
Got some extra
Look at that
character over there.
Look at that sexy wax art. Now,
DJ, cheers,
Trev,
buddy.
if you weren't aware, I take a torch lighter to all my wax bottles and I just spin them and spin them and spin them.
I was gonna say,
And then
what
I
the
make-
heck?
That's why there's no wax on the wood on the cork anymore.
It genuinely
It's all
looks cool
drifting
though.
down. Isn't that cool? I do it.
It
to all
looks
of
better
them.
than me trying to freaking slice open one of those. What's that goddamn? The tumbling dice.
Oh god.
You
Those
just
are-
Everyone yells at me
You're
like
gonna
I'm
get
gonna
mad
blow
wax,
up. I'm gonna blow up a bottle at some point. But
Thanks,
Have like a
TJ.
Molotov cocktail in your hand.
yeah,
Bourbon Bounty, cheers, man. Good to see you.
yeah. Cheers, buddy.
Dang, dude,
Man,
I'm not gonna. Here's the thing. I'm gonna stick to my guns because you guys are
Going
like
with D.
raving about that one. I think I might like the 122 better.
Let me rinse out and go back to that, but the other one just, like,
they're
I'm not
different
gonna- I'm not
profiles,
gonna-
though.
I'm not gonna go into peer pressure.
They're totally different, though. The
Crazy.
125 is floral and fruity, and the 122 was dark, chocolatey with. I mean, what do we call it? We called out a little bit of dark fruit, but
Darker fruits.
The one-
I'm thinking more of blackberry. I'm thinking of the thing, those blackberry bushes, and sometimes you get a little bit of the poison red
mulberries.
berry and you eat it anyway. That's what I'm getting.
Jeff, which is the one that you tried? Was it the 117?
the 125. I did crack open the 125 when I bought it. Wait
Okay.
for outing me, Darrell. I totally
I
acted
know
like
you
it came
tried
into this
one.
blind
I know you
and
didn't
you
try
had
the
it.
others. But you didn't try the others, so the other one still could have beat
But
it.
no,
Wait, you tried
I
this
came-
before
I
we
came-
did this blind?
I came home immediately and tried the 125. But I was
That's
patient
me.
on the
My
other
picture.
ones, I swear.
My birthday.
Dude, let me go to the second
That
one.
way.
That third one
There
is
we go.
kind of
We got
crazy.
Jeff, I would have never done that, but I still forgive you. You did send
You would have
these
never-
to me after all.
You would have never done what? The
No,
NWO
I would have
point?
never taken them home and tried them before all of my friends did.
oh. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
I
still
don't know.
I'm still
I
on the
immediately
125.
thought of you. Immediately thought of Trev when I got these, you know?
You know what this? The more I'm smelling, like I poured a little more of the 125. It really does, in a weird way, kind of give me some sort of like Four Roses vibe.
Dude, I didn't want to say it, but
Mhm.
the third one did for me 100%.
That
But I thought
does,
it would have
doesn't
sounded
it?
kind of weird coming off like for
Well,
a
after I
It's
poured
a-
it again, I was like, nope, that's like a Four Roses private select
Man.
or something.
that may be why I love it.
It might, like, I bet someone would call that as like one of the recipes of Four Roses.
Off the nose, it's a little different, but the palate for me it has a lot of similar notes to that, which is kind of weird.
So much more. Why? What is going on here that this one all of a sudden has all this fruit? It's so much fruitier
God, that's so good.
than the other ones. It went up 3 proof points and it's like fruit bomb.
Totally different.
Mm.
Now, this one's not drying either. What do you think on that, Kelsey? The second one, I agree with you on drying. I'm
I
not
don't
saying
think the
that-
third one's dry at all, which is
No, it's
strange.
not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
It's doing totally different thing. Have you noticed that too? Everything about your tongue is totally
Mhm.
different. When you
This
drink.
one, this
Bourbon
one's
Bounty?
it's sides and back.
This
This one
one-
for me.
side. Yeah. Yep.
Nothing
Yeah.
up front. Nothing up front.
So different.
Oh God, it's that. Yeah.
I'm about to research
Reverse
on
order for me.
taste buds.
3, 2, 1. They go in that order. Proof order.
I
First
agree. Totally agree with you, Darrell.
You're going high proof first? Well,
Yeah, like it's close. I think if the second one wasn't maybe, actually no, like it's really good. Like I said, the drying aspect of it really doesn't turn me off, but the third one is just more fruit forward up front, and that's my cup of tea. Give me all like the finished stuff, like the berries, all that good stuff up front, and that's what this one has. and it doesn't taste like Makers to me.
I was literally just about to say, after pouring a second glass,
Thank you, buddy.
I'm going to agree, because then I went back to the second one. It's highest proof to lowest proof is my order. I will say what kind of turned me away, this sounds bad. What turned me away from the second one was that it did just taste like a Maker's cast strength. You know what I'm saying? It didn't seem too outside of the norm going back to it. Whereas the 125.4 is totally different than anything we've ever had. It's not even like Makers as we know it.
Yeah.
All right. Trev, I want a head-to-head. Your favorite versus Old Cellar. What wins, proof or age?
All right. So, yeah, we're going to go with the 125.4 versus the Cellar.
Because the Cellar's what, 12 year, right?
11 and 12. Yep.
11. Okay.
Yep.
11,
Excuse,
12.
I have this
12.
freaking table in my room I didn't put up.
108
Wait, it's only
proof?
108 proof?
No. Right?
115.7.
Oh, that's higher than I thought. Okay.
115.7.
Hurting on that one.
I just said the same thing. I'm like, holy crap.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, they even did a little breakdown. 13% 11 year and 87% 12 year.
Gotcha.
So they broke that down.
I think Pina has Coke downstairs, buddy.
Cheers, Mike Stoll. Good to see you in here, buddy.
We'll get a fresh glass for this.
I'm repping the shirt still, and this is the old school shirt, not the
new one.
The new school shirt. I did debate which one to wear tonight, and I was like, I'm wearing last year's. Oh man, you're so close.
Don't worry, there's another one right up there.
He's saving that one for me to come up and open with him.
Hey, whenever you guys come down, I mean, this will probably be dead before we know it, but that one's ready to go.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, thank you, buddy. And then, Mark's in again. All right. Everybody,
for the heck of it,
at like 9. So
2 minutes left.
going. And then I gotta create the Patreon one too.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the same one for Patreon too.
So for everybody
next to the 117, just for the heck of it, because they're pretty close of proof.
Everybody that doesn't know what Trev's doing, we're asking him to do a taste and smell test versus the cellar aged on this. So
I'm going to go cellar aged. Should I do cellar aged first and then the higher proof one?
I would.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We've already walked through the other, so you might as well get acclimated to that one.
Yeah.
I will say on the nose, the cellar aged wins. It smells like it's not smelling like Makers. It's smelling just more like a good 12-year Kentucky whatever. I'm getting so much oak and stuff that you're just not used to getting on Makers, and I like smelling that. But we don't buy things to smell them, so a lot more oak. The 125 still a fruit bomb. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. I'm scared.
I just finished at 125, and I'm like,
terrified.
Holy crap.
Wait, you finished the whole 2 ounce, or did you finish?
No, God, no. Just the just the ounce that I poured in there. If it even was an ounce, it was probably less than that, to be honest. God, no. Not the 2 ounce. I got another half of that at least.
This is a great flight to have this one come out to. You can really see what was going on, especially having all these different proofs, the ages. Man, that's cellar aged. Man, it hits all of the things that these dropped, and then some. Fruity, vanilla sweetness. There is some drying. I will give it that. Like how the 122 was drying, definitely has that for sure on the back. It's not up front. But on the back, drying, which I'm guessing is all oak. But yeah, that's really freaking good. But
Thanks, John.
compared to the 125,
Oh,
I'm terrified.
here we go.
Anticipation.
That bottle's silly, man. I think it's really good. Best makers I've had.
Hold on. I'm going to go back through because just side by siding them, the cellar age is a clear winner.
Hey,
It
man,
really-
and maybe the age wins it. You know,
The age definitely it just seemed like just going from the cellar age to that made this seem like there was nothing going on. And I know there's a lot
wow.
going on. That's the thing, is like going from it to that, it's like, oh, that one's kind of boring. I want to go back to the cellar age, which is crazy because of how good that one was.
To say that, because I know how good the third one is. That's nuts. I tasted that cellar's age. I've only had a sample though. And I remember it being really good, but I haven't obviously sided it with this to, kind of pick it apart. But
I've been struggling with it because there's times where I pour it because I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like what are my favorites that I've had this year. And sometimes like I'll try it and I'm like, man, like the drying thing that it does really is like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of have to be in the mood to be cool with that, And it definitely has it, whereas that 125 doesn't.
Yeah, there's not much dryness or drying on that third one. The second one definitely has it though. The 122.
I think Ethan sent you the wheel, buddy.
all right. I was about to say Ethan and Katie.
I'm just going to go ahead get to it for the sake of this because. You know me, I just go on forever and ever. I'm going to say this freaking... I think this wins.
Nose and palate?
Huh?
Nose and palate?
I would... That's the issue, dude, is like nose and palate when I side-by-side them.
Okay.
But that's my thing, is like, that's what's crazy to me. And why I almost hate doing this crap is because, like, when I smelled that 125 after smelling this, it didn't smell anything like what I remembered. And I don't know if we're just overloading our senses. I don't know. But it made it not taste like what it just tasted like.
You have what, like a half a sample left of the 125?
Yeah. I got plenty.
How about you blind it
in
the next couple of days or so? Like mix them up, blind it, and see if you maybe get those same... Actually, throw them all at like all four, maybe all three with your cellar age, and just see where it ranks blind.
See what happens. Yeah, that would be good. That would be really good because I'm telling you, and I don't think it's a mental thing. I wasn't going into that expecting to call that one the favorite, but I don't know. I think the 12 years on that really does kind of brings up some stuff that's just. I don't know.
No, I get it, man. Like 8 to 12, that's a big difference in terms of ES or whiskey sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it can do a lot of stuff with only.
Yeah, I will say the cellar age is a higher proof than I thought it was. When you said it was like 117 or 118, for some reason I thought it was like 108, 110, like
115.7.
Yeah.
115. Okay.
Yeah.
So age wins over proof though.
I still really like that 125 proof, man.
I do too. I only had one sample of that cellar's age, so I can't really say. But
I like where it hits on my palate on that one. Like it hits really strong in the mid palate and then finishes strong through the finish. So
yeah,
coming from non-makers fans typically too.
Yep.
I was going to say,
what do you think of that, Kelsey? Would you, if this was makers at the 125 proof,
I'd buy it all day.
All day.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yep.
Even a second one, I would buy all day. The first is more of that profile of makers, which is that doughiness that I tend to get. That like it's not bad. Like I'm not gonna like drain pour it, but it's not something I'm like, hey, I need to go out and buy.
Man.
But the
don't trash cream horns, buddy. Cream horns are good.
But the next two are good.
I'm right there with you, Darrell. That first one was definitely regular old makers in the last one. I think that's why all y'all makers haters liked it.
All right,
What
Trev.
we got here?
Give me a number 1 to 5 to hit randomize.
2.
This thing's
2.
randomized. It's already random.
So we're giving 3 of these away. So good luck to everybody.
The three flights tonight. 3 flights. Nate.
Hey.
Cheers, Nate.
All right.
Nate
That's a
Cox.
nice picture.
Nate, I don't think I've sent you anything yet. I'll check my list later, but give me the email address is in the description. So hello again, whiskeyfriends@gmail.com. Get in touch with me there, buddy. All right. Trev, give me another number, 1 to 5.
And it can't be the same number?
You can be the
Good.
same number.
2. I mean, it's random, right?
I'm just randomizing the randomness.
Yeah.
Oh, Emily.
Cheers.
Emily.
Awesome, Emily.
Yes.
Hey, Emily. Same thing
That's
I said
the
to
first,
Nate.
right, for us? I don't think we sent her
Yeah,
anything
get me
yet.
Yeah.
in the description on that one too, Emily.
Hey,
Nice.
she's a freaking legend in this community. I'm
Yeah.
glad she's getting to drink this stuff.
Nice.
Aw, awesome.
It is. It is flights. This is a good flight on top with that MGP too.
Absolutely.
All right. What do you think, Trev?
2.
I'm going with number 2 plus 1, 3.
He's mixing it up.
Changing it up. He changed somebody's fate with that extra digit.
Yep.
Mark.
Mark.
Lucky man.
Now,
Lucky man.
We got his
How do you
info
say
either.
that?
Now,
He's put
Let
it in
me-
chat last week, and I forgot.
Bartorf,
Bartorf.
right?
Bartorf.
Gosh,
I'm
I
trying,
forgot.
Mark. Let me know one more time, but I think it's Bartorf.
It sounds
Let
very
me know if I'm
barbaric.
right there. I'm really bad at pronunciations, but I'm trying. Bartorf.
That dude
Bartorf.
sounds
Bartorf.
like he could swing an axe
Bartorf.
like no other. Like, don't piss that guy off.
122. Okay.
Bartorf. Bartorf.
Open it up.
All right. Now, Kelsey, you open that up. And while you open that up, I did do a flash giveaway on our Patreon for the exact same flight. So I'll load that up while Kelsey is doing his good.
Whack doesn't mess around. So that's
What is it
a
wrapped? Oh, it's in
birthday
wrapping
gift winning
paper,
bubble
actually.
wrap.
That's wrapping paper.
Yeah, I did a good job wrapping it too.
This feels a lot like a Bardstown bottle shape.
Dude, you should have held it up. I was
No.
about to guess Bardstown.
Bardstown.
Liar.
What do you got? What do you got?
It's that new Bardstown collaboration with Malort.
My lord. Jeff, did you wrap this or did Dana wrap this?
Jeff didn't wrap that.
I'm going to pretend not to be insulted by that, but I did do it myself.
Oh, okay.
No, it's really good. That's what I was asking. I thought Dana did it.
And that's why I'm going to pretend not to be insulted.
It's whacking paper.
Yeah. Oh, I love you. This is one of my favorites. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go.
There you go.
Bardstown
Numero
number 4.
cuatro.
No freaking way.
I love this box.
I
That
know
Disco
you do.
4 is lovely too.
Thank you so much, Jeff. That's awesome,
Dude,
bro.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I guess you're
Happy
getting
birthday,
mine
buddy.
back from your vacation, but you got something coming for me too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
If
I'll have something when I get back.
If I remember correctly, when we tried the 3, you're like, my 4 is my favorite. Was that right?
Yes.
All right.
Yep, you're good.
Not to put you on the spot because you better say yes, but
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure, Kelsey, didn't we try? We tried like 1 through 5 or 1 through 6.
1 through 6, yeah. Because when you had them, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure 4 definitely 4 was probably, I think, both of our favorites.
I think
Or
so
at least
too.
in the
I know
one or
that
two.
was 2 is really good too, though, because it had so much turkey in it.
Yep.
So listen, the new Bardstown 11. Holy shit balls! I love that bottle. It has so much turkey in it. That's why I like it.
That's really good.
That's awesome, Jeff.
back-
Thank you so much, man.
I went back to the
Happy
one.
birthday,
Oh my
buddy.
god. The nose on the birthday pour is just ridiculous now. Dude. Oh my god.
Oh, you went back to the
Oh yeah, I
12 year?
still got like a little bit left, and I'm gonna finish it. But it smells so good.
Cow!
My favorite thing is that it was like, oh yeah, this was just sitting on the shelf a couple years ago. Nobody cared about it.
No,
It's this
no,
freaking
Trev.
good.
Trev, can I even tell you a different story?
Yes.
I was disappointed in this when I first got it because I spent $200 on this versus the $55 for the 1833, the other Boone County. And I was like, oh, it's not that much better than the $50 one. And now I taste it now and I'm like, oh, I can never get this again.
See,
What a simpleton.
I know, right? Well, it's like the simple thing of like you didn't know what you had when you had it, you know? Like you just didn't know.
yeah, Emily just put a comment in there, so somebody threw her in, I guess, for that giveaway. She didn't.
I think it was Katie. I'm pretty
Was it
sure it was Katie.
I was trying to scroll up to find out who did it.
That's
Katie, I
freaking
think
awesome.
that's who you threw in the numbers for. I'm pretty sure.
That is a very awesome Katie thing to do.
Yes, and very much
Emily
like
is
her.
about to have one delicious
Yeah.
flight. That's for
There
free.
you go. Happy birthday, Kelsey. Can't wait to hang out this weekend. Have some cool things planned. Give these entries to EMC. She's a huge Makers fan. Well,
Tell
that
me
is
though, that's not
absolutely
just like
fantastic. Dude. There
destiny,
you go.
whatever you want to call this. That was that right there.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that, Katie.
That's awesome.
Back to this MGP. Oh my god.
I'm just
Man,
still
quite a few
drinking
people saw my.
some of this cellar aged, man.
Ooh,
I
you
drink
know
all
that's
of
the one
MGP.
bottle. I'm still debating to try to trade for that. You know, locally. 400 was the last thing I saw on the cellar age. What do you think about it for 400 though? Now I never pay cash when I say 400. I just trade other bottles, just to be clear. But what do you think of it for 400?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my thing. Never paying cash. No, that's not $400. How much was this? Okay, I liked it better. It's not 4 times the price that you bought 3 bottles for the price of that one cellar aged. You know what I'm saying? So like $400, that's not, it ain't freaking worth it. Now, if you have a collection of these bottles that you forgot that you even had, and one of them on secondary is worth $400,
Mm-hmm.
and you really wanted one, and you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe that I would see things different. This isn't.
Would you
so
trade
good
an
that I'd be like,
older
dude, go out
Stag
of your
Junior
way.
batch? Would you
I-
trade
No.
an older Stag Junior batch for it?
No way, Jose.
Okay.
I have my oldest batch. Well, I say this. My oldest Sag Junior batch is a batch 6.
Which
I have not
you
opened
lucky little bastard.
That
I
is
have
one of
not
the
opened
best.
that thing.
Yeah, actually, that's my favorite. I blinded
That's
6
like my
against
luckiest
12.
thing I've ever done.
Batch 6 is incredible.
Really.
Oh god. So
Wedding
good.
day it is.
It's really, really good.
My oldest batch before that, though, I think
I have some 6 left too.
I have a 9, but I think I finished that. And
got
I
a
think I
little
don't
bit of
have a
6.
10, and I have an 11.
Not much.
I don't know, man.
I need a glass.
I was gonna say you need to kill that drill.
That's it.
For my
I say
birthday.
Stag Junior, and everyone's like, "Oh, let's go for the bottles."
They got
Oh,
like 5
because
bags
my,
behind me that
bag-
have
what
like
bag do I
1
need?
pour left. Like
Dude,
you're gonna
it
see
kinda
next
looks
week, half my
dusty.
snags are gonna be gone because they all have like half of them have like one pour left, and I'm just like, baby.
All right, so this is Patreon, correct, Jeff?
This is Patreon. You know, people were on top of it today. I did a little
Good deal.
surprise drop.
Don't worry, I'll pick the
Trev,
number.
Kelsey,
2.
give me the number.
Yeah, I still win.
2.
Wait, 2?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right. One more flight to give away. Make it 4 for the night. Top dog. Yes.
All right.
Congrats, buddy. No, what's even better is he commented at the end. He already commented multiple times, but then he commented the last thing I saw was cream horn.
You should send him a cream horn in the
That's
box.
exactly what I was going to say. You should send
It's
him a cream
cold
horn
enough.
with this flight.
It'll last, right?
Was that Top Dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To send John a cream horn.
The cream might squeeze out. That might be a problem.
No, just saran wrap it.
Congrats, buddy. So you'll get to do this flight in the same way that we did here.
This is dude.
Oh, shit.
Trev, wait till you
Going
try.
back to the first one again, Trev, I actually like it.
I am
I actually
too.
like it.
I just went back to it too.
I still have some left.
My
All the
issue
rest-
though,
all the
man,
rest is
is
gone.
that it's not enough away from a regular.
Like private select or even
Shoot, dude, I could go grab my Maker's cast strength. This is all from memory. I bet you it would just be a different iteration of that. Kind of.
The 117?
Yeah.
I
Like
think-
it's clearly a better version, but it's definitely still in that realm where these other ones are not.
Here's a
They are
question
like-
for you, Maker's Boy. I have a private select that has probably my favorite Makers that I ever have. And it's because it has 6 mocha staves in it before they discontinued it. And you talk about like chocolate and berries and everything so good. I wonder, like, I know they replaced the mocha with something else. What did they replace it with?
The
The Cuvée? No.
why can't I think
No, that doesn't remember. No,
Minda
that's not right.
Mindavin.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
Yeah.
You got it.
I
That's
can't
it.
say the word
Yeah.
Mindavant or
Those mocha staves. Yeah, I think you got it right here. It's called.
Yeah.
It's called the goat.
Mendiant. Roasted
Yeah.
French Mendiant.
I will say, okay, get
Right.
this. When we went on, when I went with Jason to the pick, when we did the blind speaks,
Yeah.
they actually still had a full freaking like a full bottle of French mocha that they would, like Makers, they just have these test tubes of freaking just that one stave. And we were like, well, can we see what the French mocha tasted like on its own? And we tried it side by side with the Mendiant. And I think we liked the mocha stave better.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, hey, you got to change, And that's their thing, is their plan is to occasionally rotate out staves.
Why that one, though? That was everyone's favorite. I feel like the
I don't
mocha
know.
was everyone's favorite.
I don't know.
Trev, it's like Walmart all over again. You get something at Walmart that you like, or Sam's, and then they discontinue the son of a bitch.
But then it's like, hey, but we got something different over here. And it's like, yeah, I freaking hate that.
I'll tell you what, though. Whoa, actually. The
What
blind
are y'all pouring
speaks.
now, man?
The blind speaks and the 122 are pretty close to each other on the nose.
That's probably why I liked it.
That blind speaks probably one of the best. That's the best Maker's pick
Man,
that I own on this shelf.
Do you have any
I
122?
never tried this.
Do you have any 122 left?
Yeah, I do.
All right, little nip, just a little nip compared to the blind speaks.
All right.
Whose bottle is
Dude,
the
I'll
blind?
do whatever.
That's the Mash and Journey.
You're telling me to pour some more Makers?
I don't think I have that.
Don't twist his
Hold
arm.
on. If only I had more arms to hold these glasses. Man, that's close on the nose.
Oh, Trev, I forgot how good this was, buddy.
Hold on, I gotta
Oh, it's
find
really
it.
good.
Yeah, I don't
Got
have
so
that
many
one.
makers.
I got like majority of their picks too. I don't know why. Well, probably because it's makers and like I'm not huge on it. But these
The Speaks is more refined.
is
It
it?
doesn't have the harsher edges.
I moved it onto the picks. I decided to do like a barrel pick shelf.
Oh, I see.
So this was over. The makers was out of the makers realm.
How far behind is your wall? Like, is it like a good?
Not that far.
For this table is like literally inches.
His,
Okay.
his camera is real wide, and it makes it look so much further.
And that's still how far it looks. That's probably 6 feet behind me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's that lens. You got that, the wide.
Yeah.
I think the wide one that.
If I did, I mean, I couldn't change it here, but
yeah,
I have this stupid table here. I'll show you, but if I jumped backwards, I could definitely hit the shelf.
Got it.
Not gonna do that right now.
Yeah, the lens is killer because everything's it's portrait mode. Like mine, everything is in focus. Like me plus everything behind me. Yours, the lens doesn't focus the back end.
You can change that on your setting though, Darrell. You can change how close or how far, what it focuses on, so that your background would be blurry, but you would be super clear. So
yes, I don't know how to do all that. Oh, that's dark.
So I tried the blind speaks against my favorite maker's pick, and I still think that the blind speaks is better. Like it's been a year since I've tasted both of those.
I gotta make. Oh, I got one of these.
Dude, those are closer than you would think they would be.
They're closer, but the finish on the blind speaks just feels more rounded.
I mean, on the nose for sure. It was like
on the nose they're close though. Yeah.
What's interesting about the blind speaks is I still kind of get that bready note, but it's in a sweeter way.
That's not even a comparison, dude. This is so much better. The thing is, there's so many of these picks out there. Like, you can't decipher this goddamn thing. It doesn't matter what I tell you. You can't look at that and know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And then it makes me think, how many bottles have you walked by that you're like, oh, I don't need another one of those, but it's freaking this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of bugs me because I'm like, man, I have so many of those. I ain't gonna get that one. But like, what if it's this?
What if it's that?
What if it was this?
Yeah, that one the blind speaks, dude, it's killer. It's opened up a whole lot from when I first opened it, though.
This is the only one I've opened, and I've still got quite a bit of it. I cherish that bottle this much, and I still have another one, an unopened one. So that's like, dude,
you're rocking through the cellar age, but the blind speaks. Let's cherish that.
No. So this one, I got a full one, and someone sent me like a half empty. That's why this one's so close.
Gotcha. I was like, holy crap, he killed it.
The way the oak profile comes across on the blind speaks is way different. Like it almost comes across, you know how like the last few are a little darker. This is a little bit more vanilla and sweet oak rather than a drying and spicy oak.
Yes.
So that's really good. So the profile on this one is kind of pretty balanced, I would say.
Yeah.
Hey, Trev, can you help me out on the names as I show the numbers?
Here. It's 3 baked American puree, 1 seared French cuvee, 2 Maker's 46, 3 roasted French Mendiant, and 1 toasted French spice. Now, here's the thing, man, and I'm telling you, like, I would have never had this thought process until I went there. When you're on the pick, they really walk you through everything. They make you try each of these staves on its own, so you understand what it does to a maker's mark. And then the first thing that they made us do is they said, based on what you tasted, write down what you would think is your dream profile. And we all did it. And then they blended it for us, and we all hated it. And they go, that's exactly why we did this, because you taste it on its own and you think, I need 6 of those staves. It's not how this works. And then we started freaking screwing. That's why you have this weird profiles, because we're like, okay, it needs more of this. It needs less of that. And understanding how each stave contributes to it, we're like, okay, I get where that's coming from. Let's bring that down to 1, because if you add 2, it's too much.
Yeah.
So it's like a science project going on a pick there.
Well, this is a blend. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like a blending project. And speaking of blending projects, Nancy, cheers to you. Thank you so much.
Hey, Nancy.
Cheers. Thank you so much. I'm having a great birthday so far.
It's only going to get better next coming
It's
days.
only just begun.
So, Trev, I'm curious. So, when we went on the hard truth pick, Darrell hung on to some out of the glass. He poured it in a sample bottle
I still
so that
have
he could
some.
try it, so you could compare it to what was actually released. And there are some differences. Now, when it comes to this makers, if I'm thinking of it right, you're trying individual barrels that had the finishing of that stave and then blending them on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Does it actually taste anything like your end barrel when you're putting that profile together, right? You see what I'm saying? Like blending it 3 parts this versus putting 3 staves in that barrel. That seems like a totally different thing to me.
Yes, I'm right there with you, because I'm like, you're looking at me if I'm about to drop you a 100% answer. The thing is, we went to the rick house. We thieved from our barrel of Maker's Mark cast strength that our staves were going to go down into. And I still got I have sample of that. Okay? So
Before it was finished.
They take a barrel of Maker's Mark, because in theory, all Maker's Mark tastes the same. I think that's their thing, is in theory, here's Maker's Mark cast strength. We're going to put all of these blends of stuff into it, and this, in theory, should be what your bottle tastes like. Because in theory, they all should be the same.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some variance. There 100% is going to be variance. There's no way there's not. I think from my mind going to this, it's like, yeah, that's pretty much that's exactly what we were going for.
Yeah.
It's what you were going for. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like what we were going for versus
but then again,
what you actually tried.
Even if they poured me the bottle the next day, I would have been like, oh yeah, that tastes exact. Like, I couldn't have told you if that's exactly what it tasted like yesterday, but it's definitely close enough to where I might as well say, yeah, that is what we tasted. It wasn't like whoa, what the heck is this? This is not what is this?
I do have to say, I put up Nancy's thing so I wouldn't forget. So Darrell and quote unquote whiskey friends, as well as myself, have our own Joseph Magnus cigar blends that will be coming out in batches. So we got to name a batch. I don't know the batch number yet. Nancy, I don't think she's signed them yet. But so we'll have a Whiskey Friends batch, and then we will also have a Whiskey Rock and Roller batch. So keep your eyes out for those in the tasting notes. I know Nancy will post those a little bit later after that comes out. As soon as we get the batch numbers, we'll get those to you guys so that if you see them out, you know which ones that were named after us and what we sent in for those. So that's a really cool thing. Nancy, thank you so much for doing that. It was fun to be a part of that. So I just wanted to give her props on doing that. So
Cool.
Definitely.
So when you
definitely.
go and buy y'all's bottles, go ahead and grab a couple extra for me. And
I'm hoping I can find one, man. Like we don't get cigar blend too much over
we
here.
don't
So
either. Or at least if we do, then some other fool's getting them all.
yeah,
I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna need some help once we know what the batch is.
hopefully that's official news, but thank you.
It is official.
No,
news.
it's
We posted it on our site. So
Not.
Way to
I don't
go,
know what-
Nancy. We're about to start hurting people to get these.
I don't know what the batch numbers are yet, but when we do know what the batch numbers are or will be, then I'll share that with you guys, and we'll share it on Patreon. So that if you guys see them out, you'll know which ones they are.
For sure.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
It's
Dude,
fun.
Like, can we just go ahead and shout out Nancy for being such an awesome human being?
Absolutely.
Best in the game.
Incredible talent, but even more an incredible person. That's what's cool about it. Incredible knowledge, incredible person, loves music, loves rock and roll, loves whiskey. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So
Wise guys too. Cigar blends are on a shelf here in Michigan for
I know that they went up from what they used to be. I think that they used to be around 180 and now they're right at 200.
Yeah,
So-
which isn't nuts, but like 250 isn't crazy, right? When you factor, it's only like 50 bucks.
All of the
over
finishing that goes into that and how long that they're finished for. So,
Well, other thing that just made me think of something that I noticed the other day. I went to go. My store dropped an Old Forester pick, and it was $100, or not an Old Forester, a Four Roses pick, and it was $99.99. And I was like, "What the heck?" And I am friends with the store owner there, and he was like, "That's the price of them now. Like they've gone up.
That's his price
distribution
right now.
has gone up."
yeah, I mean, they used to be like 79 or 80, and now they've gone up to 100. Uh-oh, Jeff is doing
Wait,
I
his
is
just
that
feel
magic.
like everything goes.
Was that the MGP too?
Is
Yep,
that everything? Oh my God.
Wait, what's this one?
it's the Kelsey blend.
Kelsey.
Oh my gosh. That's going to taste awful. That's
What is
going to
that
taste
one?
awful. You just ruined so many good whiskeys
What's the Kelsey blend?
where I just take everything.
Oh, okay. But
The Blind Speaks was the other one, Drew.
got it. Okay.
All the
Oh.
makers, the Blind Speaks with
And
the
MGP.
12-year MGP.
You're an animal.
I love you. You're not an animal. I do that all the time. Not judging you. Wes.
It actually smells really good.
Going back to the 117 proof, it smells not as doughy for me.
Yeah, and it tastes better to be sure. She says, you will have your batches. First, I got to go teach an annual whiskey maturation, warehousing, and blending course through ADI at Iron Root Republic next week. Oh, cool. I didn't know you were doing that, Nancy. That's very cool. It's not too far from here to Iron Root. It's about a little 3.5 hours. Yeah, 3.5 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
To
That's in
Iron
Texas,
Root.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's on the way northeast side of Texas. So it's not that far from me.
It's really close. Hey, I think Gary's in here.
Gary,
What's up, buddy?
the worst bourbon channel ever. Cheers to you, buddy. If you guys haven't checked out Gary's channel, it is freaking awesome.
You'll get some laughs, I'll tell you that.
And if you get to hang out with Gary, you'll have an even more incredible time because he's a great human being and he's freaking hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Miss Wrench hung out with Gary. She hung out with a lot of people, and then afterwards, she was like, "Gary's my favorite." And I was like, at that point in time, Gary was just like a dude there, and she's like, "Who's that guy? He was my favorite." I'm like, that's just Gary.
A real question, though. A real
Just
question,
Gary.
Trev. When are we hanging, Trev? Like, when is this? When do we
You
get
gotta
to
make
meet
it
you?
happen.
Well, shit. Kelsey lives near you, so he already met you. But
Yeah, we do need to get
to
everybody down to Arkansas at least once.
I feel like we're a crew.
That was a 2023 goal, Trev, to see you in 3D.
2023. Yeah.
We don't do off years, man. 23. I mean, we could make it
2023.
happen. You want to
so
get crazy?
bourbon on the banks next year? Is that a thing?
Man.
Like, are you gonna make it happen?
Next year, I will say with this whole freaking wedding coming up.
And
I
the
should be the honeymoon,
Italy
man.
before it.
No, I feel like after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm going.
Gotta make
Leaving
it
the
happen.
state.
Sandeep, Jason is going live tomorrow night, not tonight. He had a schedule change, so he will go live tomorrow night with Blendageddon and everything else. He's going to have a guest judge as well. I don't know who that is yet, but it's going to be an awesome time. So be sure, if you guys are tuning in now, Mash and Drum will actually be on tomorrow night. So make sure you guys tune in for that because you don't want to miss it.
My blend's in there, guys. So
Yeah, Darrell's up next
I know.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Darrell was so excited. He's like, my blind is up
No, I
tonight.
was
My blind's
scared.
up tonight. And we're like,
Yeah.
no, it's
Nope.
not. Sorry, buddy.
Tomorrow.
Happy, excited. but
Tomorrow.
scared.
Is
So,
it not supposed
Your
to be
blend's up
secret?
tomorrow.
what's that, Trev?
What
Is
part?
it not supposed to be secret? Whose blend is what?
Oh no,
No, he makes a
said
bracket.
that.
He makes a bracket.
and then
okay.
on which day that person's going up.
The judge is secret,
Okay.
but the
Judge is
blends are who's in the bracket tomorrow's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I'm saying is you won't know which of Darrell's is which.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
correct. Yeah, we
That's
don't
true.
know which
That's
blend.
true.
it
Okay.
is.
That's what
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always
Yeah.
think yours is the one that everyone likes until they do the reveal, and then you're like, ah.
And then it's like clearly
I
the
just hope I
worst
make it
one.
past the first round, man. First year I made it to the finals. Second year I was out the first round, and I was like, God dang it!
Yours is
And I thought
really
my
good
second
this
one
year,
was
Darrell.
better.
Yours
What's
is
that?
real. Your blend this year is really good.
We'll see. We'll see.
But you know what's
Like it's good on its own, right? But when you start mixing and stuff up, like it,
And
kinda
that's the
changes.
thing is like, especially on the American blend, like where, there's supposed to be no store picks in it. So we'll see how that all pans out. But the Franken blend is like anybody's game. Like
Mhm.
you just do anything in that, which is cool. I know Jeff and I did both. We're wanting to do one this year, but I didn't have time to get it done. So I may put in the Shank burger next year with a little addition. So, well, who knows?
There
my
you
thing
go.
is every time I blend something, it freaking sucks. I'll be like, wow, I just ruined 2 good bottles. And I'm now drinking like, what is this? And then it just heartens me.
Nancy, I will say I saw that release pic. The bottle design on that freaking bottle is
Wow, these labels are
fire.
so
Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's
they
so
are.
cool.
Whoa, what
I
is
love
that?
that.
I have not heard of that.
Yeah, so they released the red corn, which had a really cool label on it, but I think I actually like the blue corn label even better. So guys, make sure if you have Still Austin in your area that you guys go check out the blue corn for sure.
Am I not following them?
And
Dude,
then
I don't get on social media
Nancy,
often.
that's the next 2 Friday videos is Kelsey talking about Still Awesome. Spoiler alert. That's the
Yeah,
next 2
spoiler
Friday.
alert. Yeah, I fell in love with what they were doing. I mean, I feel like, excuse me, everybody hears the word Texas whiskey and kind of cringes a little bit. But if you're tasting Still Austin, it's in Texas and it's freaking really good. There's some really interesting things that they're doing, but I will say that some of their later releases right now, the cast strength rye this year, holy crap, that's good. The red corn was really good as well. And of course, Nancy's picks are always killer. So
That blue corn label's sick. Is like, am I feeling Edgar Allan Poe or something?
it's kind of like the Raven kind of esque, right?
Yeah, it's like a freaking creepy bird, man. I like it.
I love it. I love it.
It's like
God.
Halloween to me, and I'm all for it. Creepy.
I just seen Nancy's message, and I hope, like, I don't know if she's the surprise guest for next week by asking, but she put this up here. I can't really mention what's in it, but I hope everybody likes it.
Man.
You know what I mean?
They will.
Well, I'm going to take a
freaking
guess
burn.
and at least 50% Stag
Thank you,
Junior.
buddy.
There's no stag in this one. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
It is
here's
interesting, Nancy.
here's the problem with single barrels, though, and I think Jason did it right. Like anybody can grab a couple of really, really killer single barrels, like if I had done a blend with single barrels, it would have been at least 70% of this freaking killer single barrel in something else. But, when you're trying to blend stuff off the shelf and then add things together with components, it really does take the blending skill up a notch.
We need to do that thing we did with Jason again.
I agree.
Dude, I literally was thinking that, and I want stew on it.
Oh, wow, man, dude. That would be fun.
Dude. Like, he'll probably kick our butts, but I think
that's an idea.
Yeah. I literally was thinking that'd be like probably an hour or so ago. I was like, oh, that would be pretty cool.
All right. We'll marinate on this. So, Trev, we did a thing it was a back-to-back with Jason, and we all had the same mixing components, and we had to keep track of the ratios that we were going to then put into the blind.
Okay.
So then we gave each other the ratios, and then we mixed them all up, and then we picked who won at the end.
Dude, did you guys have like a syringe or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
A little beaker to keep track of the millimeters.
I was gonna say that sounds awesome, but I would only agree to that if someone was like, you got a little freaking beaker, like a thing to suck up the.
Yeah.
You gotta have the right perfect ratio.
Dude, that was a fun stream because like we literally all blended our own thing, then put it up against each other's blind. Right.
So it was like a blend again. Like I'm gonna tell you what to blend.
Yeah, like we blended ours, then we gave each other all the percentages. So we had theirs, or I had everybody else's. Then we blinded everybody else's along with yours.
Okay.
Against each other's and freaking Jason's ass.
That sounds pretty freaking fun.
Well, what's interesting is he changed his because ours were so close. His ratios and my ratios were like almost exactly the same. It was funny.
Yeah.
Pull up Tommy D. Pull up Tommy D.
If I'm remembering correctly, I didn't have like any official measuring gear, Trev. So I used my kids' like Advil cups. And I was measuring them out that way, like 5 millimeters of this.
As long as you got the thing.
So it was as precise as medicine can get.
I'm more mad. I wasn't doing anything Sunday. I would have come up to Rocktown.
Yeah, I mean that's like right there by you.
Now, I've heard you talk about Rocktown before. That's an Arkansas distillery. What's the cigar bottle then?
They just dropped, dude, they have so many bottles. They just dropped 2 Ambarana finished bottles. They got a chocolate malt single barrel, which chocolate malt's like, what the heck is that?
Darrell, you would hate that.
Yep.
Well, they did a chocolate coffee, malt then no. Finished in Ambarana, but then they have what they're calling cigar batch, which is just one of their bourbons finished in Ambarana.
Okay.
Dude, that cigar batch is like good.
That's killer, man.
It's definitely, you gotta like Ambarana, but it's so toned down. And then all of this, what I'm guessing why they called it cigar batch, is so turned up. I'm like, dude, this is freaking fantastic. It's one of my favorite bottles they have.
Were they distilled at Bardstown again, or were they distilled there in Rocktown?
I don't know if they both were, but the cigar batch definitely was Bardstown.
I'm telling you, that made a huge difference. So you guys don't know what we're talking about. So Rocktown typically distills on a pot still. Well, they released some new releases where they basically shipped all of the original Arkansas grain up to Bardstown, made the mash, distilled it on their column still, and then sent the totes back down to age in Arkansas. And man, it made a huge difference. Like
they're totally freaking different. They don't even taste the same.
Yeah, it's such a different taste profile, and I will say it improved it tremendously, at least in my opinion. So
well, the cigar one, I'm pretty sure the chocolate malt one is not. I think that's their own stuff or their own doings. And I think the cigar batch is Bardstown. And it's, dude, I would, am really curious to see what
Interesting.
Jeff would think about that one.
So Nancy says,
Shoot,
I've been
all
doing
of you
some
need to know
posting.
what it is because you guys like the cigar blend from, you like the cigar blend. I want to see what, I mean, they're calling it cigar batch.
Nancy makes an interesting point. So posting on what a true cigar blend is comes from the cognac world, has everything to do with the fermentation and not to do with the cash finishing. So that's interesting because in our minds, I feel like that's the exact opposite of what everybody thinks, right? Everybody thinks that cigar blend comes from what finishes it does. So that's interesting. I never thought about it that way and didn't know anything about that. So again, she's dropping truth bombs as usual.
She's dropping truth bombs. I mean, people picked up on the marketing and bastardized it a little bit, and that's what kind of happened. I mean, it's now Ambarana or any combination finish with cognac or sherry.
That's the thing.
Going to be someone's cigar
There's
blend.
no legal ramification. They're going to call whatever cigar blend, you know what I'm saying? Like cigar cut, cigar blend, cigar, whatever. If there's no definition, like legal doctrine to tell me that I can't put it on there, then we can just put Eagle Rare cigar blend and it's the same stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's kind of weird to me. I will say, though, the only cigar blends I've ever had were Nancy's doings in this one. And I've never, ever said this before. Trying both of those, I was like, I don't smoke cigars, but I understand. Both of these make me want to go smoke a cigar. I don't know if that's all in my head, but it feels right. It's just the way they drink is like cigar-y.
This is why I love having Nancy on because she blows my mind and gives me knowledge. A true cigar blend is usually fermented on the less, quote unquote, or dead yeast cells, which during long maturation creates a notes called rancio, which is the oxidized esters of fatty acids. So, wow. Like in my mind.
Creates what? I feel like she's about to come up at us with some more. So those fatty esters of fatty acids, where does the whole cigar tie in? I'm sure she's about to wrap this around like, which goes perfect with a cigar.
Well, didn't makers do like the FAE series was all about the fatty acid esters, right?
Yeah, the FAE 1 and 2.
So I don't know if the fermentation was different on that or whatever else, but I know that Nancy has talked about it multiple times and how those fatty acid esters influence the tasting and the profile of a whiskey. So, I just learned something new. Damn, that's awesome. I love it when she's in here.
I'm just going to go. Can we go hang out with Nancy? Like,
I totally would love to sit around and pick her brain for days, dude.
Can we just come to the distillery and hang out?
That's what I want.
The Buzzard's Roost had a cigar blend too, but that's the thing. Like everyone's calling things cigar blend. Like why?
Well, actually, Buzzard's Roost was cigar batch. Cigar batch. There's a little.
Theirs is more the finished in the smoked Tabasco barrels. Like
so they're basically infusing
cold smoke infusing.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're cold smoke infusing the barrels with cigar smoke.
So that's literally cigar blend.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Literally. So, but still the same term, just apply whatever way you want.
Totally different thing for them.
Well, there you go. See, here you go. Rancio cognate with the word rancid is a fatty note that takes on walnut, almond, hazelnut, and dark dried fruit notes. With the fatty acids, it also has the weight to stand up against the cigar.
So that's I really feel like at the end of the day, layman's terms, we have created something that has notes that stands up to a cigar.
Yeah.
And I think that means there's a lot of this stuff going on, and I think just whatever they blended with it can do that.
Very cool.
I feel like.
No, absolutely. That's the fun thing about learning from people that actually know what the fuck they're doing instead of some four nerds that are sitting around talking about notes on whiskey, you know?
And then Nancy's over there like, these imbeciles. You have no idea what I do on a daily basis.
Imbeciles in training. Come on, Trev. Give us some credit.
Yeah.
Give us some credit.
I'm going to give it.
The only reason I did Armagnac Cognac finish for JMCB was because I could draw some of those fatty acid Rencillo notes, which have the nutty tobacco notes. Interesting. Well, and I know that like that's part of the reason why I like cognac finishes, to be honest with you, Nancy, because it makes me want to smoke a cigar with a lot of them. We were talking about Hard Truth, Nancy, earlier about they just released some stuff with different finishes. Some of them were PX brandy, some of them were cognac. So I'll be interested to get into those and to see what kind of notes that I can pick up as I'm smelling and tasting those. So,
well, fellas, it's 9:51. What do you say about a birthday wheel spin to close the show?
Do it.
Let's do it up.
All right. Now
Everybody
I haven't taken off the 21090 stickers yet. So once I spin it, I'll reveal what it actually is.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Let's see what it's gonna be. So it could be a Tim Evans pour.
It's like what is the Wheel of Fortune when they peel? Is it not the bankrupt, but they peel it off so you can actually see what it is.
You can actually see.
All right. I don't know why I've gotten scared all of a sudden.
Oh, it's a blow.
Release the Kraken.
All right. It was a Kraken. Let's see what's below the Kraken.
What does that mean?
Ooh. A new distillery. Something opened after 2010.
Well, I literally just poured that. I'm in.
I'm gonna do some.
So that's the new rock.
Yeah, Rocktown Column Still
Rocktown.
Cigar Batch, straight bourbon finished in Ambarana.
Well, now you got to pour something else, Trev.
Why? I haven't even tasted it before you spin the wheel.
All right, that's fine. Ah, the JT Malik. Ooh, that'd be a fitting one.
Ooh.
Rice is right, baby.
I think I'm gonna do Hard Truth.
I'd be interested to see if Nancy has played with. Nancy, have you ever played with rice whiskey at all yet? And if so, what did you think?
Let me grab a gland. You're right.
I need to send you a sample of these single barrels, Nancy, that are all rice whiskeys out of Louisiana. I'll have to send you a flight. Send me your where you want it sent, and I'll send it to you.
Nancy's comment right there is literally why she is the best human on the planet.
Ooh, I can actually do. Let me do that. I got that in front of me as well.
I totally agree with that, Nancy. 100%.
Ooh.
That's exactly that's someone who just shows someone who cares about what they do and like does this passive flex of like I care and it shows, and then everyone here like us is like, yeah, I mean, makes sense to me.
I really would, Nancy. I'd love to send you some of this rice whiskey to get your opinion on it, because to me, it's interesting from single barrel to single barrel. I know it differentiates like any whiskey would, but it's amazing how different and how bourbon-like that it comes across. It's really crazy.
And you're the only one that could do multiple
Single barrel. Yeah, I've got 4, I think, right now.
So good. It's thrown us off so many times.
It's never came across as anything other than a bourbon for me. And I suck. Like, if you want me to fail at a blind, just throw
I'm pretty sure that Matt's still pissed at me for sending it to him.
What's the second grain in S?
Oh, we got to have Matt back on.
I know we do. I need to apologize to Matt and make it right. Give him a big hug.
Man.
Oh, man.
So,
that's what I just poured that, Jeff. Jeez.
This one is a 8-year malted rye from New Riff that came out this fall as their special release. Whew, that is good. That nose is driving me crazy right now, Darrell.
She did consult for JT Melick. Why am I not fucking surprised? Well, I need to send you some of these, so make sure to send me where you want me to send the samples to, Nancy, and I'll get them to you, and that way you can taste it. I'd love to get your opinion on them.
Yeah, the nose on this is just lovely. I will say, right, even though like the 6-year we got, obviously this is 2 years older, they are wildly different. Like I don't really get similarities at all.
I totally agree with you. 100%.
I thought it was just going to be like, hey, it's a proofed up, a little older, similar profile, but they are night and day, like completely different between.
I love this freaking Rice whiskey, man. So fucking good.
Hey. So everybody in chat, let us know what you're drinking based off that wheel spin. By the way, that applied to everybody. So new distillery after 2010. What are you pouring?
I will say, Fly Fisher, he said Rocktown should produce a rice whiskey, and they have. They released one recently. I think it was like a limited time thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, was not impressed with theirs. I was like, for the price, like I wasn't getting anything out of it. I didn't taste rice. I didn't taste anything. It's as if almost the rice killed that one.
So these single barrels are all typically Fly Fisher. These are all around 120. This one's 119. So the single barrels are all right around that 120 proof. I will say though that their regular, like on the shelf for like 90, I think it's a 96 proofer, is really good as well. I would encourage you to
all rice, Kelsey?
Yeah, they're 100% rice.
I've seen their other stuff. I didn't know that they were all.
Yep.
All of their stuff's rice.
Yep. If you get their regular, like just 96 proofer, it's really, really good. And to be interesting, like, we were talking about cigars, it stands up well with the cigar. It's interesting. It really does. I enjoy smoking a cigar with the regular 96 proof, not even the cast strength version.
Interesting. Didn't the only other person I really knew, didn't Jim Beam come out with like a freaking rice bourbon?
They had it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That was part of a little book.
Yeah.
There was brown rice and it was freaking horrible.
Little book.
Oh, not good.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Didn't they use that in something else too after the little book? I mean, they have to have more of it.
They might have done one of those freaking, I don't know what they call them, those little bottles they're doing.
Oh, the 375 mils. I think you're right.
We don't get them here, but they're those
distillery only
legacies or something.
Yeah. We saw some of them when we were there, Jeff.
Well, wasn't the younger James Beam one, the Colonel that was like 2 years old? Didn't it have some rice whiskey in it? Remember that wrong?
I don't remember if that one did or not, to be honest with you.
It's an impressive age to reach the rank of Colonel, too.
Well, 20 years, right?
Hey, if PBR can age like White Dog for like, what is it, like 30 seconds or 60? I don't remember how much it is. What was it that Kieran David that they had?
Yes, it's a solid, as long as Miss Wrench gets. Seconds. Not good. No, the PBR, I think it's literally like 60 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Like, okay, it's done. What a joke that is.
Yeah, I don't do PBR. I don't do beer.
Man.
But no,
it's whiskey.
That pisses me off that's a rule. Like, we PBR can call it whiskey as long as it goes into this whiskey vessel for 60 seconds.
The only reason that they can call it a whiskey is because they aged it for 60 seconds.
The PBR?
Yeah. It's PBR put out a whiskey that's aged that long.
it looks like White Dog, and I'm sure it tastes exactly like that because it's only touched wood for 60 seconds.
But
here's a shout out too. Jay Henry did just release a 4-grain rye release, as well as their LE, I think, as well, right around the same time. Nancy, correct me if I'm wrong, but both are solid. I can't wait. I haven't got my LEs yet, but hoping to get that soon.
Yeah, those LEs are pretty nuts from Jay Henry.
Shoot, Kelsey always brings Jay Henry over to the meets. And they always win. They do so good.
Those LEs are dangerous.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like every single year, it keeps getting better and better on the LEs for me. Like it's just been crazy because nobody really talks much about like the La Flamme or the cognac finish or the LEs. This is their newest one, which is a rye whiskey release this year. So it's really cool to have those type of craft distilleries really putting out some really good whiskeys.
Let me ask all of you a question because I just want to know. What are all of your, like, you don't have to give us your favorite if you want to keep it a secret, but what's a bottle that that's been released this year that's been like, man, I freaking really like this bottle?
Got a few of those.
Pick one,
I'll say
Darrell.
Michter's 10 for me. That was like
Michter's
a
10?
big surprise. Yeah, because all the Michter's 10s prior to this, well, not all of them, but 2016 was really good. Everything after that was just like, yeah, like I don't need to buy another one. But the 2023s were just stellar, like ridiculously good. So that was like a super, super surprise bottle for me because I wasn't expecting that.
Was that your bottle or someone else, Kelsey's? We tried that at my house. Someone brought the 2023 Michter's 10, and I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, that was me.
This is not Michter's 10.
It's crazy how good that bottle is. I will say there's been I will give a rye and a bourbon, and two of the most surprising. One is somewhat of really surprising, and one was I kind of expected it to be really good. But one is the one that we tasted to start with, which is an 8-year MGP pick that Darrell did with one of his local stores. Copper and Cask 8-year MGP pick, and oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, you
the
tried it,
second
Trev?
one would be a rye, and it's the Hard Truth rye. I think that there's a couple single barrels that they put out this year that will kick any rye's butt that has been released so far.
Yep.
And I will go on record, just like Darrell said earlier, that's going to be the distillery to watch in the next 2 to 3 years. I think that they're going to really revolutionize what people think about rye and also what the taste profile can be for rye. It's really different.
Yeah, they're on some stuff right now.
I didn't try that Copper and Cask, but I've tried their other stuff, and they also kind of took me off guard as being, what the heck? Like, they're just kind of like, oh, I don't know what that is. I'm going to try it. And then all of a sudden it's like, I need to be a disciple for these people. They're so freaking good. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you learn of something like a bottle that's so good that I'm like, I've never heard of this. I need to tell everyone about this.
That's what I was doing.
The climate, I think the climate in Florida really makes a big difference where it's aging at. But when you're tasting, MGP juice, yes, you still get MGP notes. But if somebody had blinded me with this one, I mean, it's 8 years and 120, almost 121 proof. I don't think this one was finished, right, Darrell? Correct?
That one's finished in a Weller full proof.
Okay, so it is finished in a Weller full proof, but you can
okay, flex on the simpletons.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy good. Like, I just want to sit around and smell that whiskey all day long. It's so good.
Yeah,
What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff, what are you thinking? He also, Jeff, while he's thinking, he put up K. Luke. I've heard a lot of things about K. Luke.
Oh shit!
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
about
K. Luke Batch 4 was amazing.
I feel like
I haven't had it in a while, but man, that one was real good.
It's pretty good.
If you like Schmore Roses, then yes, you're gonna like it. K. Luke Batch 4.
Be back in 1 minute, guys. Sorry.
Kelsey, divisive, but maybe. Corbin Cash.
That one was
a little
good.
earthy for Kelsey.
Hide your beautiful face, Jeffrey. I need to see what that
There you
cast.
go.
There we go.
I can get them both in focus at the same time.
Even better.
Now, which one did I like better? There was somebody else's pick that I liked better than that one. We just had.
I don't know if it was a pick. Where did we get that?
Was that from Stu? Or was that from Ethan?
Did Stu have that in his blind?
I don't think so. Maybe I'm thinking of Ethan.
I don't know.
It is a different rye for sure, but I still think you put up the Corbin Cash against the Hard Truth Rye single barrel that you have. I still say the Hard Truth wins.
Hey, are we gonna?
We did get that. Well, no, we got that in no, it was in the Rye Blind Flight. That's the thing you're thinking of. We got it from Todd.
From Todd. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the Rye series. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff is a big component of saying the same thing, Nancy, about the difference flavor drift in MGP over the years, for sure.
I would agree. There, it's even from when I've been into it, it's different.
Well, okay. So I think that's the thing we take for granted, though. We talk about flavor drift. I feel like everyone is experiencing a flavor drift on some level.
Yeah.
Master distiller to master distiller, era versus era. We're just taking it all for granted, but the flavor drift is happening every 5 years for every brand, one way or another. I mean, their suppliers have to change. The grain has to change. The soil changes. I mean, every single component changes.
You know what would be interesting to see is how much difference that drift occurs if somebody had all of them, obviously, to do it. For instance, I was lucky to be able to taste a Michter's 20 from 2017 this past Monday, and I've tasted a Michter's 20 from, I think, 2019. It was a huge difference. I mean, drastic difference between 17 and 19. And it's only 2 years. I like Gary's Fast and Furious 3 flavor drift.
I mean,
that's going to be.
That he also named it 3 after Tokyo Drift. Like, Gary, you're on.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Gary's next video. But seriously, like, I don't get a chance like everybody else does. I'm sure they don't get a chance to taste Michter's 20 all the time, unless you're Darrell and get to try Michter's all the time. But it was really surprising to me. And because here's the thing, like, nobody knows, quote unquote, where Michter's is getting their juice from, right? It's not disclosed. So nobody can really know. It's supposedly, the 2017 that I tasted was supposedly Stitzelweller or Brown Foreman. So it was really eye-opening to me talking about the flavor drift just between 2 years. But obviously you're looking at more than that because the whiskey's aging 20 years apart, right? So it's interesting. I think it's there's so many variables that can make that change occur for sure.
I seen a message.
But what we tasted earlier tonight, which would have been released in 2017, 2018.
Oh, the MGP?
That's not going to be what MGP tastes like when it's 12 years old. Now we're into these 8 and 9 year. It's not going to taste the same. whatsoever. That
I'm-
graham cracker note that we hang our hat on in the blinds
Dissipated.
doesn't exist. Doesn't exist in the 2005, 2008 distillate.
You almost
It's totally different.
Darrell called it right off the bat, but like, I don't have that extensive knowledge of MGP. I don't even know. Darrell just might be the god
I'll
of.
tell you this: it's not so much like no knowledge, or it's certain notes for me that trigger something. Like I can say, like, "Hey, where was everybody out on 9/11?" and you can remember. It's kind of like that with me with certain whiskeys. Like I just remember a certain note that reminds me of a certain bottle. You know, and sometimes I'm wrong, but that's what kind of triggers for me. It's not like, hey, this is MGP or this is whatever. It's just a certain note that reminds me of something. I'm like, hey, this reminded me of that. Maybe it's this, and it's kind of working, but like I miss a lot of stuff. Dude, like,
Well, what was impressive to me is you said that's MGP, and I went to grab it and I smelled it and I'm like, that ain't MGP.
Well, he didn't just say that. He was like,
man, I don't want to say it, but he's so confident. I don't want to say it. And then you were right on. Like, it did not smell like what I know is MGP. And that just shows you how what I know of MGP, there's like these layers of it. Like, it used to be this and now it's this. But everyone you've tried them all, you know the layers. And I don't know the layers.
He's like
the change.
He's like, it's MG. No, he didn't just say MGP. He said Boone County. He's like, I can smell the UPS truck driving by.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name was Trent. He had blonde hair. He was 22. It was November 17th.
See, here's the part that I wonder.
Trying to supply for his family on Christmas. He told me that.
Here's what I wonder is
if
if Darrell can do the same with cards. Like, Darrell's known to be a really cool card player. So, like, if he smells the card, could he smell the difference in the cards from one hand to the next?
No, God, no. Dude, that's all I would do forever if I was able to just pick stuff up like that. Gee, no, dude, it's like I don't know. It's more recently than it's ever been with whiskey, but I think that's what's been helping. I just focus on like just memories, not so much what I think maybe this new whiskey is or whatever the case is. I try to think of, does this remind me of something that I've had, and if it does, what was it?
Right.
It's tough. Like, and like I said, like today I got lucky. Like, hey, it was MGP or whatever, but like I'm not by any means freaking nailing stuff every freaking day, but I just try to pick apart what I remember about something, and that's what's been helping.
So yours was what this year? Surprise bottles or bottles that you really liked, Darrell? Well, for you,
so the Mixers for sure. That 2023, freaking Hard Truth is new to me for freaking 2023. So I can literally say like everything I had from them was just crazy. But yeah, the Mixers, the Hard Truth, which is my number one whiskey of the year so far, which is kind of stupid. It's a 2-year-old whiskey, and it's scored higher than anything I've tasted so far. But yeah, I can keep it simple and just say Hard Truth, man, because that's the best thing I've had so far.
The other one that I was really surprised by, because I really like it, but it was a little bit different this year, and I actually like the change, was Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye this year. Was really good, and I typically like it anyway, and typically like that it's really good anyway. But this year had a really like a deeper, darker note to it that I didn't taste before. So
I'd be interested in trying that, because I typically hate Michter's Toasted anything.
I'll bring it to you, buddy.
I genuinely I'm cool with saying I hate that crap.
Yeah.
Year to year, man, I'll try it and see if it's different. Every time I get sent it in a blind, it is like it loses by, and not by
here's the thing.
I don't like it. I'm like, it loses because I hate it. I don't know what's up with me.
I think in a blind it doesn't hold up well, comparatively to other things, but I think by itself, it's a different experience. So,
Are you talking like Michter's toasted? Like I'm talking specifically like the Michter's 10-year, and then Michter's toasted rye, not the bourbons.
yeah, I'll bring both of those. I've got both of
Okay.
them. We'll try them from this year. I'll bring both of
Something
them.
about it just really is like does not sit well with me.
Sad for Whiskey World that a 2-year-old from Hard Truth killed everything else.
I wouldn't say it's
It's not
sad
even
at
so
all.
much sad. Like, dude, like it
It's
just
exciting,
it
actually.
amplifies how good Hard Truth is. Put it that way. Like, not
So-
to even bring down everything else. It's Hard Truth is that good.
Yeah.
But I sent Stu. So if we go back a few weeks, Stu said that he hadn't tried any of the Driftless Glens. So I sent him all 6 that I have open so that he can try those. So it's 4 of the Mash and Journey ones, ryes, bourbons, and then the story time bourbon and rye. So I gave him the whole flight of all 6 for him to try. Man, Stu,
Wait,
I'm pretty
Slayer?
interested to hear what you think
Or
of
there's
those.
something else.
Which one?
You're talking about the Kingslayer and the sweet chocolate?
Yep.
Yeah, those are 2 of
I'm
them in
on
his
that
flight.
goddamn sweet chocolate.
I gave him
You're
those
the
2
Oompa,
and
baby.
4 others that I had open.
I'm a
So he
freaking
can
Oompa
try
Loompa.
those Driftless Glen. Oh my gosh, I love those things. Those are so good.
I am even, dude. I will tell you this. Even going on that, like you sent him 2 of our picks. We tried 20 barrels, 20, and we came out with 2. So I'm all over the place with them. I think they have a lot of variants, and I think that I feel like you could find some amazing ones, and I think they also have some ones that are like, bruh, you need to not give those to people. I think I think that's the fault of their whoever's deciding this. Like someone got to come in there and be like, "Hey, that ain't ready. Don't give it to these people."
Yep.
They were all over the place for me.
That's always the hard thing, though, when we like pump something like Driftless Glen, because we're coming off the experiences of your palate, of a lot of palates that we trust, to pick the single barrel. But like, what's the batting average on the single barrel that you picked, right?
But
like,
then
you don't know.
I will to add to that. What's the batting average? The thing is, though, is they're hitting the ones that are good. We don't know the ones that they hit, they didn't swing on, the ones they hit foul ball.
Yeah.
We get the good ones, and I think that's why we're like, heck yeah, man.
Well,
They're
those are
giving us
called
the good
small
stuff.
batch. Those are called small batch.
Yeah. It's just, I think it's fun to know, like, hey, bro, to know what we did to get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're picking good stuff.
Yeah.
We're not just giving you crap. Because guess what? I tasted a bunch of crap when I was there, and I will say it. They gave us some terrible stuff, and I was like, there's no way no one's picking that. And then we picked something that was phenomenal. So
Absolutely phenomenal.
All right. Cheers to you, Nancy. Thank you so much. Well, have a great birthday.
Good
Thank you
night.
so much. Be sure to send me where you want those samples of Melick sent, and I'll get them to you. It's 9:20, guys. We're about 2.5 hours in, and
that's it.
I'm going to have to go eat and get ready and pack and get ready to drive 6 hours to go see my friends in Tennessee tomorrow. So,
So you're driving up to see Katie and Ethan?
yeah, man.
You piece of crap.
Your friends, not our friends.
Yeah,
Your
our friends.
friends. I see how it is.
Whatever, dude.
I see how
He
it
did say my, like,
Hey,
like we don't know who they
how
are.
far are we all away from the Turk's house?
I'm on the
I'm
East
6
Coast. I'm not
hours,
that
so
far.
you're
Six?
probably like
6
4.
hours?
Darrell, there's an airport nearby.
There is. But
Trev, hey, listen. If you can get up there, come up Friday once you get off work. After you
No, I
all the
can't.
food
I
together.
have a
How long are you
child's
there for,
birthday
Kelsey?
I got to go to this weekend.
What? You don't have a child.
No, I know. Hey, shh.
This was your idea, Trev.
Yeah.
Not this.
Kelsey, how long are you there?
I'll be there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and come back Sunday afternoon.
Thursday, Friday.
Oh man, Darrell's actually doing Kelsey like calculus in his head. Do you see
No,
this?
dude, like I got like a lot of freaking flight points. You know, like, I
Hey,
can
we
fly
have
pretty much
a
wherever.
tour booked on Jack on Friday if you want to join us.
When you're going to Jack.
Yep.
God dang it.
Trev, if you make it happen,
I cannot
I
make
can
it
fly
happen.
for free
This
and
weekend
make it
is
happen.
absolutely 100%.
okay.
See, I'll leave them on the edge. I may or may not be there, Kelsey.
Wait a
There
minute.
we go. There we go.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I could be on that flight.
All right. Thank you again, Jeff, for my birthday present. I love it. Thank you. I know that I will love whatever Darrell sends, and I will
You'll
get to
enjoy
that
it.
when I get back.
Kelsey, you got your present next time you come to my house.
All right.
It rhymes with balort.
I thought you were going to dress up in
Gosh,
your suspenders for me.
there's so many things that could rhyme with that.
Cream horn.
Cream horn?
I'm gonna freeze fry a whole bunch of cream horn for you guys.
That's what I'm expecting next time I come up there.
No, you guys. I'm gonna send you all cream horns. It's gonna change your life, man. How have you not had cream horns? It's crazy.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Trev, why don't you remind everybody, if they don't already know, which they probably do, what time you stream, where they can find you, and all that good stuff.
First and foremost, the most important thing, Jeff, thanks for freaking sending me this, dude. This is this made my year. This is awesome. I truly appreciate it. 2, Kelsey, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Early birthday. Oh, you're not supposed to wish people happy early birthday. Bad luck. But I'm glad I'm here on your birthday. Darrell, I freaking love you, dude. I say this because you need to do push-ups.
I outrank you, man. You do push-ups.
I'll do push-ups as soon as we end this stream. I'll do 1,000. I'm the Bourbon Wrench. I go live on Fridays. That's it. See ya. Love ya. I'm just glad to be here with you guys.
Thanks for coming on, Trev. D-Rel.
Sheesh. You guys can just find me here with these guys every Wednesday or just on IG, the Whiskey Saint. You know, but mainly through here, man. Just having a good times, having people on, doing fun stuff. Like, we try to mix it up, try to be a little different, keep it interesting, fresh, new. Pretty much it, really, for the most part, man. But just keep tuning in. Got some upcoming stuff that should be fun. You know, not going to dive into that yet. Keep it a little secretive. But yeah, stay tuned and just continue to follow us every Wednesday. Can't say too much more than that.
I'm pretty sure it's just a video of Darrell doing 10,000 push-ups. But that's
I mean,
spoiler alert.
Trev, if he did that, that would be our most viewed video. Let's not lie.
It absolutely
He just
100%
stands up and
was.
he's like chiseled.
Just pushing.
By the end of it, it'd be the before and after picture, and he'd just be like, "This is my pump."
Dude. Oh, God. That would be funny.
All right. Kelsey.
Over to you,
Oh,
Mr.
thanks,
Dime.
guys, so much for tuning in. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Kelsey Dime. And the man, the myth, the legend over here, Jeffrey Wack.
I will say, tune in next week. We'll start our Advent challenge. We got 17 of our Patreons in on this blind flight. We will see what's going to happen week 1. We will keep you posted every Wednesday in December as we go through this blind flight, all their answers, and we'll see if they can outscore Kelsey and Darrell, who have no idea what the heck I poured, which could be.
Except Darrell, because he'll call the bottle.
No, God, I'm going to get everything back.
Darrell, if you call Dickel Tabasco every single week, you will be right 50% of the time.
There we go. There we go. That's what I'm doing, guys.
Whoa. We can't end. I have 2 more things.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
2 more things. First, I forgot what I was going to say. Second, you guys hit 100 likes, and Fly Fisher was here to remind me that it's Malort time.
Do it.
Oh, for you. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
No big deal.
Yeah, he's holding
It's crazy that someone likes that Bourbon Wrench likes that.
Okay, so the octave of his voice changed, and then everybody actually could see in slow motion the liquid making its way down.
Trev.
I didn't even need to put it in slow motion. It just happened in slow motion. That's impressive that you can do that with your throat, Trev.
No, it's called pure pain. Suffering.
Oh my God.
That was in 1080p. I saw that pain go down your throat.
Funny. That one got me.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I gotta say. I'm
shit.
Do you got a third thing, Trev?
No, I'm just you guys are seriously I would say you guys are the coolest people I stream with. You guys are so freaking cool. Kelsey, I freaking hang out with you in real life, but he brings Jeff and Darrell. He's always calling you guys. I feel like I already know you goddamn guys. So it's all right. I freaking love you.
We go way back, Trev. Back in the blue.
What I'm saying is we need to do this all together in person.
I agree.
2024 3D. Let's go, buddy. 2024 in 3D.
I don't care what we have to do. I'll
Bourbon on the banks. Make it happen.
Is there something sooner than that though? That's I
know that's in October.
It could be, but we can just solidify that, and if we see each other before that, then it's even better.
It's a good. He's thinking about it. Put the pole in the tent there, and we'll build around it.
Trev knows all about pitching the tent. Let's go.
I'm sure that made sense. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Yes.
And we will catch you on the next Whiskey Wednesday, which is somehow in December. And it's almost 2024.
It is.
Incredible stuff.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again.